danger.
But Autumn's still going to perform. I feel like people would be out of their mind to not rate him S tier. Not to mention his win competition. The only other real competition for like how good he is meta-wise is Bronya, and they do different roles. He completely claps Don Hung, it's not even close. He completely claps Sampo, it's not even close. Maybe now Kafka can make Sampo do more damage, but I'm not sure about that. But I feel like for what he does, I don't think there's anybody who does what he does as well as he does, and you can build him pretty much any fucking way, and he still works. I feel like he's S tier for sure.
Yeah.
Every time I've used like a support Jingliu, I'm like, God, this guy's character fucking sucks. But every time I use a support Blade, it doesn't matter their name. They're like level 73. It's like, oh, this guy's good.
Yeah.
Like every single time they're solid.
Yo, Gotcha Gamer, got any insight you want to slap in here?
No, I think it's gonna be a bit controversial, but I think he's like A+ without Bronya. Bronya like boosts him so much. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, but like it's not a complete opinion I have here about him. But the most time I'm using him, like, as with Ting Yun, for example, the ultimate, I think it's the only one that matters to him because the skill that boosts him doesn't really correlate that much to damage. So anytime I'm like building a team, like I have to include Bronya to make him like usable, to have enough time to clear the content, at least for the last stage. Again, I'm talking from the point of view of trying to beat the last stage of MOC.
Yeah,
Like for overworld exploration, yeah, he's amazing. All the time, like he's just so fun to use. Like the whole like sacrificing health, dealing damage, and the whole 5 stacks obtaining like from taking damage. Yeah, that's great. I don't know. I feel like he's obviously better than Jingliu, but I wouldn't say that he's like super broke.
I copped a lot of hate in my video where I had an E6 blade and I soloed MOC 10. Videos is the worst thing you can do. But I then saw, then once the MOC turned over, because that was from the previous round's MOC, once you got into the new MOC that was catered to him, I saw E0 Blade soloing MOC 10.
That's what I was getting ready to say. As somebody who doesn't even own Bronya, Blade is broken no matter how you spend it. I don't even own Bronya, and I'm still going to clear in 4 cycles.
Yeah, that's fair, but like I'm saying from my point of view when I'm using the Bronya, like he's literally like clearing everything. I'm not sure like how it feels with Powder, but like to me it feels like they're just put together so well. I don't know, I would have to like do too much testing, but we don't even have that many damage to them right now. So really,
I feel like every damage dealer is gonna benefit from having Bronya. Like Zealand needs Bronya, fucking Blade needs Bronya. I mean, even Jingliu on benefits from Bronya. I feel like this Bronya is so fucking. Obviously, you know she's S tier, but like I feel like everybody kind of needs Bronya, so I feel like she's still S tier without her, in my opinion.
Hell of a actually,
yeah.
The Zealot value drops off immensely without Bronya as well.
For sure, yeah. Let's put Blade in S tier. Should we just go ahead and skip Bronya? She's broken. I mean, everybody knows she's S tier.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Alright, cool.
Wait, can I just say one thing? I feel there's a little bit of a difference in terms of like, whether it's optimal for X unit with the X Y unit versus whether it's viable. As you guys have all mentioned, I think Blade is pretty much viable with like, most supports, right? But whether is it optimal is another question, because I think right now, in this current context, sorry technically I haven't really cleared MOC, but for I think a lot of players, the bar for endgame content, I wouldn't say it's like super difficult. I would say you technically pair Blade with Ting Yun, you can pair him with us, like you can pair with any supports, right? I mean he can clear MOC 10 for you, and once you clear MOC 10, 30 out of 30, you're basically done. But I kind of agree with what Gacha Gamer is saying, which is Blade doesn't really sync very well other supports just because he's a HP scaling DPS, right? Because Ting Yun, she buffs attack, Asta, she buffs attack, Yukong, she buffs your attack. So really the only person that is like giving the Blade his most benefits is Bronya. But going back to whether is it viable, I think he's still viable. You can still clear MOC 10 even if it's not optimal. So yeah, that's
I mean, I still feel like Ting Yun would pair fine with Blade because she still doesn't like buff flat. Like
that's what I think they're producing.
Yeah, just the ultimate.
Yeah.
See, the other thing is like like something else that I consider heavily is how okay, yes, I feel like we're in this stage now when you're theory crafting a DPS character and giving them a rank. It's like, how many turns does it take them to zero cycle a thing now? It feels like we're getting to that stage when you're trying to rank a new DPS for crack. I always think about how easy is it to get 3-star, and I'm like, Blade is just easy. Yes, you may not do it in 1, 2, 3 cycles, but if you're doing it in 4, 5, or 6, who cares if you can just put it on auto when he does it?
Yeah, this is also where the discussion becomes more nuanced because everybody has different investment. Like there's people who make the argument that they 0 cycled or 1 cycled or 2 cycled, but they have his signature light call and they have his E1 and they have perfect sub stats. It's like you can't make that argument and say that's better because you have a completely different investment on your character. Anyways, that's my input.
Yeah. All that aside, we're cool with Blade being an S tier?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bronya S tier because she just makes every unit do what they do but better.
Yep.
Cool. We can save some time. We can just get that out of the way. If you think Bronya's not S tier, you are a. We all agree, right? Before I say what I'm about to say. Okay.
Depends.
Okay, Guoba.
I agree.
Okay. I just feel like you're a fucking idiot if you don't think Bronya's S tier. She is ridiculous. She is fucking ridiculous. All right, next up.
Like if you want to save time, you can slap Luotra up there too. I don't think anyone's going to argue that.
Yeah.
Well, but I want to I want to jerk him off a little bit. But we keep talking about Bronya and every other character. I feel like we don't need to talk about her again. Right? Okay, next, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let y'all talk. I got no idea how good Clara is. I'm going off other people's words. I would love to know y'all's experience with Clara. I don't know if she's good or not. I'll just keep it a buck.
I'll
start because I've been the biggest Svarog simp since the game started. Svarog is the coolest character in the game, and it's never going to change my mind. I like Clara, especially for free to play, because she scales up with your account. You can build her tanky, and she can be a tank. And as you get better account built, you can shift her into more DPS. And I feel like that's just a really cool character to progress through your account. She's not going to be, I don't think she's the best damage because she relies on those revenges and stuff. But that comes down to, are you trying to 0 cycle or reliably clear? And I think she's super reliable, super strong, and scales up through your account.
That's a really good point. Is, am I speedrunning this or do I just want to beat it? Because if you have her and you support her properly, you beat it. It just might take a while, but you put your phone away, and it's like, I will beat that Memory Chaos 4, I will beat that that Echo of War, even on the hardest difficulty. I will beat that, like, even though I feel like right now, like, I've got a pretty good account, but the, if I go in the hardest level simulated universe and you get, like, a little sus on some of your like picks and your Eidolons, it's like you get one banged by Cacolia and it's like, okay, fuck off. Like, it's done. But not with Clara. I feel like because she can like heal herself and stuff, like I feel like she's super safe at beating content, like beyond almost anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she's very, very comfy.
Yeah, comfy.
You pair with her, she basically just pretty much just can't die. But she's definitely not gonna be the fastest building, and you're probably not gonna get the super. Yeah, but she's super
ready for death.
I was told that she was very good at like farming fast, like when you're farming for a character experience. Is that true? Like, is she a good farmer? I've been told that she's very good at that.
I think you'd want her light cone if you're doing that for the sustain. You can just solo run her, I guess.
Okay.
Has anyone tried?
No,
I haven't actually tried.
Okay, so then I guess between Guava, any opinions on Clara?
I think she's great. She does need some socks and shoes in a future update, but apart from that, I use the support Clara like all the time for farming, and those AoE hits on the ultimate are insane. I think she's really good.
Okay, Gotcha Gamer, any opinion on Clara?
I think her greatest problem is that if you break the enemy or like crowd control them, they go down on the turn line, and then she depends really that much on doing counter attacks on enemies. So if you keep doing like control attacks on the enemies, she doesn't really counterattack that much. Obviously, you can build a team that's different for that. Most of the time, you're still going to be breaking enemies. Like, that's the whole point of the game. So for me, for MOC, she's fine, but like I really enjoy using her for like simulated universe. So I just put an auto run, pick Elation, I think it's called, buffs, and she just literally clears everything so easily. But I wouldn't call her like completely broken or even super good. She's just a really nice character. She has a great
Do you hear me,
design.
by the way?
But I don't know.
Hello?
Like her. Like literally, she's
Yeah.
the first character I've been using since the game starts. So I just haven't farmed like a really great physical set, which I'm doing now with Luca. I'm probably gonna give her some of the equipment.
Okay. Any other opinions on Clara, and then we can get to ranking her.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
I just
can
want to
hear me
say
a
that
bit? Oh god.
she's like, I
Uh,
wouldn't call her S, just
Yeah, I'm
quickly,
not
because
sure
her damage is like
why.
RNG based apart from her
Wait.
ultimate.
Hang on.
But if you
Can you hear the video? Let's see this. Oh god.
We were supposed to attack yesterday.
How loud am I now? Is it too much? Yeah, is it too loud though? Like, is it like fucking break your ears loud or? I think I got delay. Goddamn. Okay, fine. How about the video?
if you do get hit
How's
like 20
this?
times, then your damage goes
Is the
out
video
the
loud?
roof.
Oh
So
god, I
yeah, I
fucked
would
that.
say S. She's a bit RNG.
Okay. So you would say A. I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
you, Smack, because you said you didn't want to weigh in on this one. Respectful. Tash, what would you rank her? S or A?
Probably A.
Yeah.
Just like fine.
Pokey?
Oh, you couldn't hear me over the video before. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Okay. Goddammit, we all agree. A. Cool. All right. That was low. I thought y'all were gonna be S tier for sure, but A. Okay, seems fair. A tier. We'll put her on top of A tier. That makes sense. And then we'll we'll argue about minor changes at the end, because I do want to make this a number 1 to last. I want to put it in the exact order. At the very end, we can argue over the minor details. All right, Don Hong.
Oh god.
Okay, now this is a guy where I really did not want.
Did
to
you
like
actually
him.
like
I
have
really
me on
did.
like following or something?
And
Like
then
I actually know I was
started
even
using
live.
him, and I gave him
Oh
the same
god.
support as I gave my hyper carries.
I didn't realize you
gave
actually
my
like
Don
had me on
Hong
follow.
the same support as I give my Zila, and I actually think he's probably a little bit better than I thought. Because if you give Zila a Bronya, they're nuts. If you give Blade a Bronya, they're nuts. If you give a Don Hong
You can
a
see me in
Bronya,
my shame.
he's honestly really not that bad. And I need with like
I'm working the
zero
streets.
fucking investment, because the win res penetration he
Oh
gets
god.
is pretty good. I usually put him in like C or D tier, but I will say this first one, I think he's at least a B. But I am curious what y'all's opinions are for Don Hung, if y'all think he's been overlooked. I don't want to use him just because like I don't like using the characters you get for free at the beginning. I don't like using March. I don't like using Trailblazer. Well, that's okay. I do like using Fire Trailblazer. I think they're very fun. But I don't like using Don Hung because it just feels like, oh, and heroes are the starter characters, and it makes me feel poor and depressed. So I try not to use them. Okay, I want to start with you. Do you have any opinions on Don Hung?
I think it's just a little bit unfortunate that he faces a lot of competition in terms of the DPS department, right? There's
Ah.
Jingliu, there's like Jingliu.
Okay,
So
yep.
far, all the limited banner
No
units or even
drama,
like the standard banner
boss.
5 stars.
No
they're
drama,
just
you
so
do what
good.
you gotta
so
do.
it kind of gets outshadowed there. But it's not to say that it's completely rubbish.
But you kind of helped me test a lot of
Okay,
stuff
Vulcan, what do you
because yeah.
Yeah, I think he's fair for him. I just think he's a free to play unit. If you haven't
I've been
pulled
like
anything
stealth
else, he's just
streaming
he's like
yesterday and
he's not
today.
fancy or flashy. It's not like Su Shang where it's like, you know, you get that cool combo where you ult and then you go again. He's just reliable and just punches it out. Takes a bit of management
It's
on
like
buffs to
it's
buff
almost
him
built.
outside the window. So his
It's
ult-
almost
ult
built.
is
Pretty
the one that
much
gets
the only thing this
penetration,
thing is
so that he doesn't have
missing
to waste an extra turn. Because
is
if you buff him in
the
his
chest
ult,
piece.
then you take one more turn if you got.
It's got the
items, or
crit
two if
rate
you
chest
don't.
piece,
Whereas if you use it,
which is not like
the penetration on his
optimal once
skill,
the crit
your
damage
ult
one.
doesn't
I
take
just
a
don't
turn
have a
away
good
from
crit
it, so
damage
it's like
one,
that
and
weird
this one
sort
rolled
of-
really well.
So once you get used to playing,
It's
him,
got like
that's about his
22 crit
only time to
damage
bring. The rest
there.
is just really good. I mean,
So
most people
it
get
just kind of
nine
made
ones now too,
sense
so
to
you
keep
get the
that,
extra,
but
you know,
this
10
should
when
be like
the
200
slow's pretty
plus.
decent once you get him to E6 as
Being
well,
under
so I
200
think he's
makes
just a
this like
good
really bad.
standard unit,
Well,
but
not like
he's
really
as high as
bad,
you
but
can put him.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all would agree with this or not, but like, this is like whether people should invest or not to a unit, if they're going to regret it or not, how
What
worth their
the-
value. I feel like it would. This is my biggest argument at Dong Hung. I feel like you would be probably a little bit upset with yourself if you're going to 80 and max your Don Hung and work on him, knowing full well that if you are free to play, you get enough currency in the game to guarantee yourself several premium banners.
I don't actually have Yanking
or
Jing or how do you say that? Yeah, I don't actually have them at all.
Every single scenario. So
I haven't pulled them. I pulled Himiko,
is good.
which is probably worse, right?
But literally any other
but I don't actually have that character at all.
Yeah, I think that's why it's fair. You put him in B, and every other unit is above him. So if you look at a list, you go, okay, do I have any of them? No. Do I have any of them? Okay, if I've got absolutely nothing, that's what I fall back to.
Do we all agree with B, or does anybody have anything they really want to say here?
I think you guys did a fantastic job covering most of the variables.
Okay. All right, then we'll rank him in B, and then we'll get on with it. Don Hung going in. Oh, he was already there. Cool, he knows his place.
Yeah,
all right.
I think
here's a big one. I need to know how good.
That's the
do
ice
y'all
girl,
think
right?
Gepard
Who does the
is?
defense break? I think she's
How good do you
broken,
think
right?
Gepard is?
Like technically, I should use her here if I wanted to go for like montage
Anybody have
type
Gepard?
damage, but
I think he's the gone.
especially in the overworld one,
I
just
think
farming
he's-
random
I
mobs.
mean, the Watcher is like the best.
So I
sustain now,
definitely
probably,
think she's
but
worth your
if your
investment.
units are not tanky, you want a shield over those units. Because if you get one shot, the Watcher's not going to hit you. You're dead. Whereas Japard's shields are just like, they go insane. And his energy is like 100, I think. He gets it up really quick. Slapper, his signature light cone is insane. You slap that on him, and he's going to carry your teams.
So I do want to.
I kind of feel weird about this character. Like,
I have never had a level.
I think
80
she's
unit
really
with
good
80 light
on
cone
AoE and probably
with, like,
single target, but I think
+6
she's like,
that is capable of
she
getting one
needs ramp.
Have y'all ever
Like,
been
she has to
one-shot
ramp
in the game,
up.
like, frequently? Does that happen
Whereas,
a lot? I think probably like what, like the gorilla maybe.
Good old seal
The
girl.
gorilla
She just
generally
like
takes me down to about 20%
does
if I pop
damage straight
off.
away.
Is getting one shot like a big problem in the game?
The only
So
guy
like,
I can think
I'm
of
not
is
really
motherfucker
sure
that takes the speed.
who's better.
He hits you- he
Like,
hits
everyone
twice
say
every
she's
time. If
better.
If he hits you and then chunks the
But I feel
speed, he
like
could very well one-shot you.
she just
Yeah.
front loads all that damage anyway.
Yeah, I guess
That's
there's
not so much about one shots, it's about consistent damage and then
Yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah, I think with like enough turns, this character's better. Like, the more the fight goes on, the more this character is better because she just does more and more damage.
Oh, that's true. The deer. The deer.
Well, feels like her damage stacks really well.
Deer is crazy.
I think I blacked that out.
But I think, especially for like this overall stuff, or like short battles, sealed is
What about you,
sealed.
Pokey?
Like she's still
Sorry,
better.
Pokey, real quick. Pokey, do you have any opinion on Gepard, Pokey?
I think he's pretty reliant on team comps. If you're gonna be running him with somebody that prefers shields, like for example, like
Yeah.
I think he's pretty much indispensable. Like, not even
I think if Seal has, it's so weird to say, but like, I think Seal is still strong if you can invest a shit ton into her, poop ton into her. Like, if she has like my Seal doesn't even have that great gear, right?
Then probably not gonna be as strong.
That's a good point. What do you think, Vulcan?
Like, it's actually
I was just saying, like early
almost
days,
funny
like, I
how
remember
bad her
when
gear
you
is
played
considering
the
how
first
much
few
freaking
weeks when, people at, like,
how much I've
60,
invested
70
in this
push MSC10,
character.
it was like everyone's like
Oh,
swears by
and her
him,
gear's
you
still,
need
like, so
him, you
subpar.
can't do anything
But,
without him. Now at the point is like
Yeah,
we're at
she's
the point
still,
where
like,
it's
just
do
seems
you-
really strong.
Like, how often do you need that big shield?
Everyone's saying like
you know
power
what I
creep
mean?
and
Like,
stuff, but
the-
I
the funny
do
thing
feel
to me
like
was someone asked me
they've done
good
pretty
or
well
stream, and
making
they're like,
characters
"Do I-
situational.
What light cone do I get from the store? Because everyone's like, Japard's is the best. And I'm just like,
No,
where are you in the game? Do you actually need that light cone? Like, is it gonna help you? Because it's good, but it's like, it doesn't really offer you anything to increase the ceiling of your account. It's like, you know what I mean? It's for when you're struggling. So that's the funny thing about Japard and shields in general. Is
Oh,
like,
the Jing.
now that
Oh,
we're getting
okay,
more
yeah, the
healers, it's
seal.
like, do you bring
Yeah,
a solo healer?
the seals probably.
Or do you just
Would you
bring a
prefer me to
healer
leave the
and then
seals to
just
support,
respond
by the
to
way?
what is needed?
I've just been
Because
using
you
this
bring
character
just
because
a
I
healer, you
figured
get in
more
those
people would
situations
want to
where you
use
can't
it to
sustain
try
and
her
you're
out.
boned. Whereas back in the
But
day when you were
I
doing
haven't,
healer
like,
and
I've
shield,
actually
I
had
was
other
very
people
valuable.
message me
Now,
and
I've
ask me
heard
for
you
the
talk
seal
about
to come
Gepard a
back
lot.
instead.
I've only ever heard you talk about
Yeah,
his
I don't know.
I understand his shield is fucking huge. And I know when he
I
dies,
think this
he
character
gets
might
back
just
up
be better in
on
like
time,
stuff
I
like
believe.
simulated
What
universe and
else
stuff.
does he do besides just big?
Yeah, literally. Literally, this person
You know the guy every time he uses.
I was just
skill,
saying that like the new character's better.
Sanctions and fish out on the field.
Yeah.
You could Gepard freeze
But,
him, and then you can spam all your skills and ults you want, and you don't have.
I was just saying that, like with
Bronya,
Bronya,
basically it nullifies his ability.
the new character feels more consistent.
Go into ult mode, I guess. So, and if you build Gepard with a good amount of effect hit rate or unlock his E1, you can guarantee a freeze. Literally. Freeze whoever the hell you want to freeze with him. So that's another value that people sleep on with Japar. But other than that,
wait, which video was it? Was that in Yusu's
problem getting on another topic.
YouTube? I'm actually bad. I'm a bad mod. I haven't actually checked out any of the YouTube.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. That's true. He does also have some synergy with.
Was that in yours?
I don't know if he would run March 7 Swift.
I don't think I actually have your YouTube yet.
Yeah, he was, more shoot because things are shot.
Just have your Twitch.
So then we would probably say Gepard.
Oh, that one. Oh, no, that was
Would anybody disagree with A tier?
No, that wasn't the seal. That was friggin' when I was playing that other game, Neural Cloud. Oh, that was funny.
That's a good way to put it, man.
Alright, so let's put Gepard.
Go ahead. Okay, personally, for me, I'll actually put him S. Because even I've seen some crazy parts but definitely not now.
Yeah, you're definitely a better detective than I am at that type of stuff.
His ultimate shield is pretty much like permanent.
Granted, usually when I'm modding, I'm doing other things as well, so I kind of just I'm a side mod, like the extra backup, just in case anyone says something extremely racist.
And the ER rope works when you get hit, you get even more energy, right? So technically, you could forever have an unbreakable shield, but when
that sounds very good.
Yeah.
Really
but
good.
definitely not for the start of the game though.
He's so goddamn slow though. That's the problem. You gotta just speed up.
Yeah, he's the second slowest in the game, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a very cool build.
That's funny. The only people that we seem to get are just stalkers, really. That dude was so... Oh man, that guy. Oh, what a character. There's definitely some very interesting people in this world. The first time I saw that dude message in the chat, I'm like, wait, is this a real person? But,
thoughts and opinions. In my opinion, she's the second worst character.
Yeah, he was.
Would anybody like this?
Esther. In my opinion, she's Esther. Okay. I'm actually not trolling because maybe she's not that great in MOC, but in my opinion, she's like one of the best overall mob farmers. I'm not sure if you guys actually go and clear the overall mobs, but she just clears them like so efficiently. That like right now, I'm actually using her in my overall farming team. She's literally level 60 and she can clear mobs so easily. Right? But maybe in MOC, not that much. But in terms of farming, I'll just put it as
I think
Eccentric, you're so nice saying it that way. That dude was a straight up freaking stalker, man. Holy.
In terms of the MOC, she's nice. If there's a high ice scenario with a lot of mobs on the field, you'd be surprised.
Tedious.
In that one MOC, but I mean, other than that, I don't think it's a dog for kids.
Okay. I would use that word very specific.
Yeah, that's just the unfortunate part about being a female on the internet is you're.
I think as we get more enemies that summon stuff, because if you're versus one boss, you're gonna get one talent, and that is gonna do 0 damage. Like with the deer, more summons. She goes absolutely.
What do you mean by that, bro? I mean, you can do what you want. I'm not actually a streamer, bro. I'm just kind of doing this
because wolves too. They summon.
It's the way I justify what I just did.
I would put
It's
her
like I might as well do something with it. Showcase the character a little bit. So I mean, hell, man, you do what you want.
There's a C between B and D, right?
Yeah. Okay.
I would put her C because I don't think anyone. Okay, I don't mind putting her D and then seeing at the end, because it depends. If we put like everyone B and she's sitting there by herself, I'll feel a bit bad.
D is already, she'll have company with Arlon. She'll be the only C.
Oh, okay. Yeah, C or D.
Okay, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with B-.
I like the roleplay.
Holy shit, okay. Tashed?
I've never built her, and I don't know enough. I'm guessing she's probably just like very mid.
Yeah,
I'll give her C after factoring that she's pretty decent for multiple mobs. I don't think she's as bad as us, so I can't justify it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad that we're doing Arlen shit. Vulcan?
Yeah, I think C's good.
Okay, gotcha, gamer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he's out?
Cats are going crazy.
That's crazy, man.
No problem.
Like, if you weren't here, I would not be talking, right? Like, I just don't understand how, like, people can do that.
Way higher
Like, just sit here and kind of, like, talk to
Oh.
themselves. I just, yeah, I can't bring myself to do it. That's why I got this video playing as well, because I was like, fuck it, man. I need something there. I'm not just gonna, like, sit here in silence, or just sit here bumping music. I'd be so bored.
Alright,
Yeah, that's a good point.
F in the chat for Gotcha Gamers Cats. So it's a rough life. Next up we have Himiko. Any big Himiko advocates here?
I'm a Himiko connoisseur
Okay.
of sorts.
Okay, go ahead.
I got her, and I decided to build her fully, and like she slaps. The thing is like her level 80 trace. I feel like there's a lot of characters where the level 80 trace is either like trash filler or it's like what actually turns them on. And with hers, it's 15% crit rate when she's got like 80% HP or something like that. And like 15% crit rate is like 5 or even 6 rolls of crit rate. It is a lot of crit rate. It is like a full artifact of god tier crit rate. And like I feel like that does matter quite a bit when you're looking at your overall crit rate.
Yeah, that's true. I think if I was playing like a competitive game, maybe.
And
talk to myself.
Blue Chip who's healing you all the time.
But especially in a game like this where it's just
I
like,
think that condition of having it is always there. So
not really
the more
much
fire,
to it.
the more fire
I'm just kind of
shields you
pressing
need to
like the
break,
same
and the
4
more,
buttons over and over.
the more you can, you know, up her crit stats.
It's not really like a skill-based game at all.
She's better than everyone said.
Oh, press this button now to press that button, and there's your combo.
What would you rank her on a tier list, in your opinion?
I think like a well-built one is just like A tier.
Okay.
Like again, like I don't think she's hyper carrying beyond like any of the main units. Like she's not Blade, she's not Zila, but she's good. She's functional.
And have you used her in MOC? Sorry if you said that. Is she?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Like,
that's cool.
I think she falls off against like some of the bosses just because it takes like longer to break those shields, so she's not popping off. But if they're summoning and they have fire shields, like it's good. Or as long as you have other people's elemental coverage, because it doesn't matter if she's breaking the shields. It's just like if other people are, and then she can pop off and like my she does like 28,000 damage when she does her AoE to everything. And so the more enemies there are, like it starts to scale. They're already 40,000 damage because it's
Rage.
5 units on
Turn
the
this
field
into a
all of
rage
sudden.
game.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool. I like it.
I mean, if I went and tried to do the highest level of simulated universe, what's the new one? Called?
Who do you think is?
It's like simulated disaster or whatever. I definitely rage.
For like 3 months.
That mode seems so unfair on the highest difficulty.
I guess it's like, can you do without her? Like people are always like hook single target damage is crazy for a fire unit, so it's like, do you need a Himiko or can you just build a really good hook? You can't replace weld.
Right.
Like I don't know. Like I have a feeling that she, like if you look at her damage numbers, maybe, but like we already said, like
do you use level 1 characters and carry?
Do you need
no.
Right? Like it's like
oh no.
Is it easy to replace them? You don't need Himiko, but like
I would
is she
much prefer to
like,
just
in AoE content, she might have a spot over
just die in a video game and do that.
Himiko reminds me a lot of Luke.
God damn.
Luke was like actually pretty good when the game first came out. I do think she will have, and I think the same thing for Bailu and Gepard. I feel like Bailu and Gepard are going to be examples of withering, examples of time where the more and more characters the game releases, even the 4-star series, I feel like Lynx is just going to fucking power creep Bailu so hard it actually makes me feel bad for anybody who invested in her. Because I heard she was nerfed today. Because she was like that ridiculous. Which I'm fine with. If the game gives us free 4-star characters that are insane, that's great. You know, people can save their money with that. It's very hard to identify people who are 5-star. Yeah. Anybody else have any crazy things about Himiko that they want to share?
I think a lot of these.
Oh, we got 3. Okay, cool. We'll start with Guava.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny?
Why she was undervalued at the start.
At one point, I actually tried to build Hook. I actually tried to build that character. She's so bad. The poor Hook.
Yeah. So
I really,
I
think, what was it? I think it's because I had, what do you call it?
You don't even need.
I had her at C6 pretty early. Because I think when I built, when I got my seal C6, I was looking for a second team for second side of MOC.
When you have her invested, she's great.
So yeah, I was like, oh, I'll build this Hook because I got her C6 and she's DPS, right? So like no brainer, let's build her, and she can be my other side DPS.
And
yeah.
If you pair her with Himiko, like you have seen that from the start.
Yeah, I don't use Hook. After that, I learned very quickly that is not possible.
But for now, I think she's just around where her dies, in my opinion.
I just wanted to address a little bit of misinformation from Guava there. He was just talking. He was just saying how Kafka's easy to build. Himiko has crit in her traces. Do you know how hard I'm struggling to get my Kafka above 50% crit while I'm keeping it around 160 crit damage? It's fucking hard, man.
Where is she?
What you're building?
Yeah, I got her all the way up to level 50.
In the chat, I posted my stats at the moment. She's 126 speed.
Actually, Natasha does a lot of damage. Oh, I'm always surprised when she like melee something. Well, when she auto attacks something. Maybe I've just leveled up her. Oh, I guess. I have technically leveled it. But honestly, like, she actually hurts sometimes. Because everything seems to be weak to
I would never
physical.
Ever build a crit Kafka.
I swear so many things are weak to physical. But every time, like, she autos something, I feel like she's comparable to my Clara. And my Clara is actually like semi-built. Like,
that, bro. That is ridiculous. I'm so
the grenade launcher does actually slap. It's actually crazy how much it does. And it's funny, like, I didn't use this character much, but then the game just decided that all it wanted to do was give me this character. Because I think I have her, yeah, I have her at C2 from Lost 50/50s. And then I have her thing superimposed as well from Lost.
Bottom of
lost,
A,
25/75 at one point.
Even in AoE situations, sometimes like
she's actually like I kind of use her as a tank.
Unit, but like if she's
one of my
not
MOC
in AoE
teams.
situations and you're not getting a lot of breaks off, like I think she does descend into
like even in MOC,
like
she does pretty well as like
I don't think she's like crazy.
A tank / second damage dealer, I guess.
I can't justify her placing above B.
Which is funny because she has no defense.
Other units.
But I guess it's just her ulti that like just makes her like.
I feel like B's fair.
Cool.
I mean, she's not even like built 100% properly because I've got this on her.
Yeah.
Where would you rate him on a tier list?
Well, I think this.
Right now, my current build B tier.
Yeah, I guess reduced damage by 23%. She can take hits pretty well.
There's this really interesting team with like fire team. Like Himiko, Asta,
so I just like I pair her with like Bailu or something.
She's like B, and you said earlier like she's like Diluc.
And I guess this is kind of just like a whale POV, I guess, because I know not everyone can just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna play my Clara with my Bailu and it'll make it fine. I know not everyone has that option, but I feel like these two work quite well. For holding one side and then. My Natasha's trash, so I just pair up this one because
I have not done shit.
This character is broken. This is the most broken character.
I heard she was pretty.
Like I don't even have like any of her Eidolons or anything, but this character is so busted.
Ever DPS cause. At the start, I didn't even want
I feel like this is the first time like I pulled a character and like used it and I was like, oh, like it just completely changed the way I played the game.
Right now, she's in a very good spot.
Yeah, she's broken, man. Like she's absolutely busted. It's not even fair. Like this character just makes like the game like a million times easier for no reason at all.
I just feel like every time
the video of the DPS Bailu.
No, comes out,
I haven't seen
like,
that.
It's fucking insane.
If you link it, I can
he's a
pop
4-star
on.
DPS. He gets outscaled as soon as you get a good 5-star DPS. And I feel like with Hook, it's like good fire single target damage.
Yeah.
But then there's
Yeah, I don't know. This character's
there's
freaking
the S
broken.
tier
And she's not like
5-star units that just shit on them eventually. And I
Oh,
just don't
do
think
you
I
have
would
her in
ever
Asia?
recommend anyone
Yeah.
build a 4-star DPS.
I feel like she wasn't even that hard to build. I
Because
don't
you could
think I have to
invest
actually spend
in
that many
a god tier
resources
minion, a god
on
tier
her.
healer. Like I feel like
I mean,
I would
she's
rather
not
have a
like
good
perfect
support
build, but
and
she's
then
like
save my resources for an S tier
enough
like
that
DPS
I never
to get
really
supported
have
by
to
all those other
worry.
units.
I
Because like
guess.
whether I'm using Blade or I'm using Celia or Zila or whatever, my supports are universally good for the account forever.
Also,
for every DPS that comes out.
I lost
for
the
most part.
50-50.
And the DPS
One of the
are like
50-50s to
somewhat
this guy,
situational. So
finally.
if you're now a 4-star DPS, it's like it
So I
better
need to
be
build him.
content that you
I
desperately
like
need
just
fire,
semi
single target.
him,
Like
and I already
don't
had
know,
this
I just don't
Lyco
like
because I was using
4-star
it on
DPS.
Fire
I'm
From another
MC.
perspective, I think you make a very valid point.
Yeah.
But I think,
So I'm still in the
down
process of
line,
building
as
this
people start
guy,
getting,
because I'm
the
guessing
teams
he'll just
together
end up
for the,
taking.
Memory of Chaos, they're
I don't
just gonna
know,
be looking
man.
for somebody who's more
Like I'm like
creative
kind
and
of
then bringing that
half and
ingenuity into
half
the game.
thinking of
So,
building
like
him.
Hazel you brought up, he's the only person going around kicking the dust off people's shoulders.
Because I kind of
Fun
use
fact,
Clara
yeah,
as like a
so
second
it's not like
tank,
that, like,
funnily
sell
enough.
the
So
point home for me,
as I
but
was saying
I
before,
100%
so
agree with
it's
you.
kind of like, do I
think it's
waste my
very valid.
resources here? Because I'm going broke
Dolphins,
real
thoughts on
quick.
Hook?
I'm really
I've
I'm
honestly
waiting
never
on that
built
next
Hook.
battle
I've never
pass.
did.
Holy crap!
Then
I've
Pokey
used up
Smack and,
all of this.
Dash, where would y'all rate Hook? Unless Scott's game, do you have anything to say about Hook?
Yeah, I think she's better than Himiko.
I'm praying.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah, because like
Just
usually you don't really
stack
need that
the
much
full-
AoE
the full
damage
non-damage
for the first,
team.
like 2 waves.
Oh no.
Usually you're facing off against 2 bosses, so or elite enemies, and Himiko's damage
That would be
is
so
actually pretty
painful.
good, once you build
I mean,
it
I could do that
properly.
on
I
auto
think she didn't
and
get
like
changed that much compared to
just
CD2,
pray, I
so
guess.
I'm basing off that.
Did you mean to say
Level-
Hook? Did you mean to say Hook? for
I
that
don't even have
one?
items on my Fire MC
You
anymore.
said Himiko.
No, sorry, not
Not
Himiko, not Himiko's damage. No, her damage is beautiful, but not good.
Ew.
Yeah, but I
Where is he?
think
I
Hook
don't
is
even know where he
actually
is.
pretty good for people who don't have like 2 solid damage dealers. But once you get like any 5-star damage dealer like Yanqing, even like Jingliu, obviously it's not worth investing into her, but she's like a stepping stone for free-to-play players. If you get her, since she's like a gacha character, so I'm guessing like we'll put her like in A tier, or at
Are you
least,
gonna stream your
first
boys tonight?
position in B tier above like.
Boss.
Okay.
I'm streaming tonight, boss. When are you streaming? I feel like
I think there's also the fact that she can sustain,
I always see your
like,
test streams,
disruption
but I never
times
see
have
you actually
sustained some
stream.
units. So what you can
You're
do is you
constantly in
can,
test mode.
Sustain with Fire MC and bring Aster and Hook. Fire MC heals themselves. They have tiny shields though. And you have Aster speed, and then you have Hook self sustain. So versus Fire Week, she is insane. But then like you can also just brute force with any DPS. So I'd say B.
Okay. Snap.
I'm on fire stuff too. I'm staying out of this one because I don't play her.
All good.
Filter, so
Do not concern
Yeah, respectful.
yourself with
Dash.
Yeah, I haven't like fully built her, so it's hard to say, but like probably just like B because of the 4-star factor.
Yeah, Pokey.
I see through you.
Yeah, same. B.
Vulcan.
Let's be friends.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, then. Okay, then we're good to go. All right, Hook B tier. I'll put him above Don Hack. You know, I'll put him above Himiko. This seems fair. All right, next, let's talk about mid Yuan. Get it out of the way, man.
Oh, we fight words over here, bro.
Bro, that character is fucking dog shit. Absolutely terrible. I find it
Better than your sorry ass Steeler.
Yeah. You're right.
Whenever I try to stream
find
something
it-
happens
I
at
find
home,
it
so I don't try
fucking
to stream.
ridiculous,
That's
because this should be a thing. When Jingliu reaches 10 stacks, Lightning Lord should attack immediately. He just should. There's no reason for it not to do that. Okay. Also,
I don't know what your
when
home life's
Jingliu is fucking
like. Are
stunned,
you? I'm not
Lightning
gonna ask
Lord
about it because that's
can't
personal.
move. I
shit.
just find it so
I mean,
ridiculous.
yeah,
His
I think
hit
at the
makes no
same point,
sense.
like,
His numbers are
if
so
you can't
low.
make time for
I'm
it,
so
then
glad I'm not one of
because I
these
feel like you
dummies
have
who
to
got
at least
baited by the
like,
simulated
at the
universe
very
simulation
least, put like a good
showcases
2
before it
hours
came
in
out.
every
Kafka's
time.
better
So
doing his
if you
job,
don't have like at least 2
1,000%.
hours to like
And
pump
she
into it,
enables
it's probably
dodge,
just
and
not
she's like a
worth
fucking
turning it on.
support 5-star DPS. Or you can call her Hypercarry, I guess. But Kafka is going to continue getting better, whereas Jingliu is going to continue getting worse. I think he's horrible. I would put him... Okay, not horrible. I feel like he's high B, low A. but from how much people said he was going to dominate the meta better than Zila, you're an idiot. The character is just not that good. But I would love to be proven wrong. That's what I think, but I'm an idiot. So what do y'all think? Anybody ready yet? Let's start with Pokey. You got anything to say?
Yeah, I've been following this whole Jingliu debacle for like since before he came out. Like, cause a lot of players in CN exactly like what he said. So like in that typical, okay, we're all gonna skip Silly because Jingliu is like so OP, so good. Yep. So there was so much hype about him, just to be absolutely destroyed, right? Like all the things you mentioned. Why is his Lightning Lord's base speed at 60? Why does he get crowd control and his Lightning doesn't go? Why does he need so many proper setup just for him to work when other unit needs like half his setup and can do exactly what he does?
7 a.m. EST. I have no idea what that translates into. What time is it now?
Right now? So I'm not really sure.
How many hours is that for now? Will I be awake?
As compared to the rest of the 5 stars, right?
7 a.m. EST.
I think a lot of people compare Hunt Path characters to Erudition Path characters when their job is literally to deal AoE damage and not single target damage. For example, you can't put Steela on the team with another DPS. He's the only DPS that's going to be on that team. Whereas I can put my Jingliu in with a blade and literally slap anything I want to because they can actually play together. You can't do that
All
with Steela.
things in this world have their law.
I will say though, in the beginning, he was overhyped 100%. But I actually never once saw anybody on YouTube compare him and Scylla in very fair scenarios where one's weak against lightning and one's weak against quantum. It's like people take this argument and they just, I don't know, somebody starts somewhere. Fire starts somewhere and then it grows and everybody agrees with it without actually validating anything. But I will say this, I do agree with Tekton saying Kafka power crept. She absolutely did. I also think
$1,000,000%.
I also think Blade power crept as well, and that's where my argument for GUN started to diminish because I was like, yeah, these two characters, as much as I love them, they're outright better than my boy. It sucks.
And like Kafka,
it's 1. Oh, it's 2. So it's 5 hours from now. Oh yeah, I'll be
like
long gone, boss. I will be asleep, unfortunately.
And dude, if people put Kafka
Damn.
now, wait till the other 5.
Good old time zones, huh?
She is going to be
Nowhere to run.
ridiculous.
Terrifying because she's already so good.
She's outrageous. Guoba, what do you think?
Do not concern yourself with the outcome.
Yeah, he was very overhyped, and then I think he and Tingyun both got nerfed, right?
Yeah.
So it was very unfortunate because like he needs speed or Bronya, and then he needs Tingyun or his damage.
You can't just keep doing test streams. Does that like make you have less anxiety about turning on the stream if you call it a test stream?
I know, man.
At some point you gotta do the real stream.
But I think.
What are you testing
someone
out?
in my
Like your
Discord was
avatar?
saying
You've
put
gotta
G1's
sort it out pretty
relics
nicely
on
with the
Kafka,
whole
and she like outperformed him.
VTuber thing, right?
Yeah. Like I said, she power crept him.
No.
That made me upset.
I will say though, I do think it, and respectfully, Guoba, I think it's an awful argument to say anybody needs Tingyun.
Laptop.
Like, I think
okay. Just making sure like the
Tingyun,
laptop
I don't know
works.
a single
Yeah, that's
DPS,
true.
other than Blade's fucking broken ass, that doesn't need those two characters. It's just insane.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Gotcha. You got anything to say about Minuan?
Minuan? I don't know. I think I like him a lot.
Oh, really?
Like,
Okay.
to me,
why-
he's like
why
a
is this
really good
showing?
splashable unit, especially if like the enemies have lightning weakness.
Oh
I
yeah,
think Gotcha's Magnet said
COVID.
himself,
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
You don't really need that much for him.
How did that
Just,
go?
For example, if you're building Kafka, usually you still.
I
need,
mean, I
like,
was there,
Sampo
but
with her.
like, is it ready or?
And you can build her without Sampo, but Jingliu is literally just slap him on any team, and that's why what I do most often.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm kind of biased because I do have his light cone, and honestly, I think what happened actually with Jingliu is I don't remember the term, but Hoyoverse was like testing the consumers, seeing like how will they react if they put a lot of power into a light cone, because I think that's what they were going for. Without the light cone, it's like kind of shit. So you need the light cone for him to perform well, at least in my opinion.
Oh, okay. I mean, can't you just like nerf the graphics? Like just freaking
half of his things and performing.
get rid of the graphics all the way down?
Doesn't justify my opinion.
I think it's different for Kafka versus Jingyuan because Jingyuan needs specifically Bronya and Tingyun, where Kafka, first of all, I've used Kafka by herself just now. She performed great. But she can, you know, she might want a Luca, she might want a Samba, she might want an Asta, she might want a Pela, you know, she might want a Tingyun. Like, she has a bunch of different options for what she could use, but I don't think she necessarily has to have any specific one. Chat, shut the fuck up! That was not my damn. Sorry, they keep on saying my own hit. God,
I want to say,
fucking video is so loud.
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
want to say, I find it hilarious when you guys say he needs Bronya. Because
So what do you think you're streaming then? If it's not going to be the code vein?
And I've been a genuine main since day one.
You're just going to go back to the IDV or?
Tingyun and Asta or Tingyun and Silverwolf. He doesn't need a Bronya in the scope of the imagination.
That's what 5, yeah. Oh, okay.
I have.
Are you gonna do it like a collab stream? Get the girls involved. Because isn't Phasmo? I've never actually played Phasmo. Isn't that like multiplayer or? Aren't you like
I'm just trying to understand.
do like a 3-player on that?
My perspective, I'll go on him because this is a pretty hard question to answer. But for me, I think he needs Bronya to do the things that people think that he can do pre-release. Where they're saying, Jingliu can do all of this. No, he fucking can't unless he has exactly this. He needs light cones, he needs all this jazz. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm a firm advocate. You can clear the game using anything that you want. I think marijuana if you want. But I think to reach the levels of quote-unquote hype and showcases that were announced before the release, you need those characters, and I don't think that's very realistic.
Oh, okay. You guys, okay, so you guys are all gonna do one. Okay.
And I also just think.
Well, if I'm awake, I'll come watch when you guys do it as well.
Yeah, I just, when future banners come out, I would feel awful if I didn't tell people who are meta players, because I know there's a lot of meta players, there's not a lot of free-to-play players, free-to-play streamers that pull Jingliu because they're not good enough to beat the game without OP characters. So they pull things like Jingliu, they got their fucking absolute dicks clapped off. And I want people to know that if you really are pulling for meta, then pull for Kafka for that role. Everything Jingliu does, and then better. And also, fuck anybody who pulls for Silverwolf. We'll get to that later. That is what I'm saying.
You're hilarious with that shit. I will say though, with Jingliu, my only final argument is that again he's an erudition unit. They can have variables. Hoyo versus the fucking king of what do you call it?
How do I always run out of it?
They can, an erudition unit.
She doesn't even use skill points, and somehow I'm still running out of skill points.
And his follow-up attack is the highest skill in the entire game. So a little bit of copium on top of the.
You'll pay for this.
So where would
Probably just being backloaded. As a final note.
I think we can all shit on Jingliu or praise Jingliu as much as we like, but I just want to know, where do we think Jingliu is? I think let's start with Gotcha Gamer. Gotcha Gamer, what do you think Jingliu is?
You guys are doing a podcast? Okay. What's your podcast about? What's happening? What's the theme of your podcast?
I can't see the tier list right now.
Oh yeah. So top of B is Himiko and Hook. So I would put him at the bottom.
He's
of
definitely. Oh no, sorry, they're in B tier. Oh, then he's obviously even more better than Jeopard.
You think he's better? You think G1's better than Gepard? Really?
Well, yeah, because Jeopard was only good at the start when people were struggling with resources to stay alive. But right now, like I think all of you pretty much said it. Like,
Supernatural. Oh my. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
They're fine to survive. Anyone is fine.
I won't get you to do any spoilers. You can save them for the podcast. But damn.
You definitely stream as I say, even your whole team is level 80. Unless
because you guys are. Where you guys based?
But you definitely need like.
That's not doxing you, right? You don't have to tell me like your city or anything like that.
It doesn't really have.
Are you guys
replacements, right? There's
over East Asia? Is that right, or am I completely off there?
So many different DPS like doing things better. So I don't really think, in that sense, he's better than Jingliu.
Okay, yeah. I also don't think that Jingliu is better than Gepard. What do you think, Willa?
Yeah, I think bottom of A. His damage is too like Kafka. She made backloaded damage front loaded, and she still has backloaded damage. And Jingliu's pretty much just backloaded, and if you get CC'd, you're done. So,
yeah, I just guess like East Asia, right? Okay. Somewhere out that way.
Gotcha.
Top of A, no point.
The opposite of west.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's better than Himiko. For sure, I agree with that. It's just interesting that it's one of the first banners where you probably should have just skipped him and got the light cone, and then waited for like a new. No, I don't know.
You guys are like quite into that stuff, right? Like out those ways, a lot more like spiritual in that regard. Like
my
less
biggest
religious
argument is
and
always
more
just
like superstitious, I guess.
Like a primo gem is a primo gem.
I
is a
might
primo
just be
gem,
talking out
and
my
it's like
ass because I really have no fucking idea.
If all of a sudden
but,
a month into the game or 3 months in the game you find out like Blade exists or Kafka exists, and it's like I understand they might be different elements or they might do slightly different things, but like as the game goes on, you start to recognize like, holy shit, this character is just so much lower value than these other ones. And so I just always feel bad when people end up pulling a character and then a patch later it's like Blade exists and it's like, holy shit, this guy's so much more valuable. That's always the
I'd agree.
frustrating thing. So,
I think my
be careful.
See, I'm open to everything as well. I just
I'll
haven't
always
had
say
like
that, is, like, be careful
an
wailing out on
experience
these
that can
characters
sway
that
me
are
either
gonna get
way.
power crept,
You know what I mean? Like
that is why
so I'm like kind of just waiting, I guess, for that. Because I feel like a decent amount of people have had like an eye-opening experience at some point in their life. I'm just not one of those people.
And now you're left with this husk of this character that you only pull because they were good and they become good. You actually waste a character. But if you
honestly, like I'd prefer to experience something like that because it'd be better just to like know that something like that was real rather than just like
I don't care. Okay, I mean, I got
never knowing, I guess. So I guess I'm kind of jealous of people who've had like an experience like that.
And at the end of the game's like super fucking easy.
Yeah.
So like people always roast D-Luke, but I like E attack. Like I like his playstyle and I can clear everything in the game with him. Yeah. So it's like it's not the end of the world if you don't get the perfect character. If you get Himiko instead of Jingliu, like you're still probably going to have great area of effect and be able to clear the content. Just maybe slightly different or at a different time, but like this game is not going to once you're I always say that because people complain about Genshin Abyss or this, it's not a skill issue, it's a time issue. You just don't have enough artifacts. You just don't have enough experience in your weapons and characters a lot of the time. And so your shitty character will be able to beat the content, and it might take a week of resin longer.
What do you mean? Like, give me an example of something.
It's not you. It's time. It's the energy.
I've started to learn a lot with the primo gem.
It's electrons to it.
Every character that's coming out for the next like 29 years. Okay, there's a whole ass list of like 50 new characters that are coming to the game. It is ridiculous. I am
what's an
not worried about
example
Honkai Star
of something
Rail,
for
not
that?
even one.
I'm kind of interested in these topics as well. I'm not like out to be like, oh no, it's not real. I'm just like, yeah. I'm always open to this type of conversation.
Until 2.0 is a fucking moron. There is no way. I think they're handling this game great. I am worried about 1.4. I think 1.4 will be a
sometimes she ramps it.
But learning about what characters perform and how long they're going to perform is pretty damn important. And what elements are coming out and when they're coming out is pretty damn important. I don't like full on talking about everything I've seen publicly, but there's a lot of good shit. I feel like this game is being handled in levels that I don't understand why Genshin isn't handled at anymore, because it really seems like the development team kind of has their shit together. That being said, I am firmly under the advocate where I do feel like they could be pumping out per patch. I think that is a fact because it's way easier.
The phenomenon that people can feel something touch them when they.
But as far as like story going,
I
feel like we're very taken care of, and people need to be careful with resources. Little side tangent there, I apologize. I feel like we all agree that Meguan goes.
Yeah, like those like those magicians, right? And like there's two people and they get like the one dude to like touch his nose, and then the other person feels like their nose is getting touched and stuff like that. It's almost like a shared experience.
So Kafka is the best unit in the game? We're talking about Kafka now?
Yes.
She's the best ever created? Any disagreeers, or what's going on here?
I'm still figuring out between her and Blade. Blade's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I have no idea how that works.
My bias. Take my bias out.
I know,
fucking crack, but I think Kafka.
Like, I had a friend who's
with Blade for me personally. I think they're both better than Stair.
Whose mother was like into this type of stuff,
Okay,
but
I will say this shit, and I'm gonna
they talked about like packs of monkeys that like they could tell. I don't know.
And I want to get.
I might be talking out of my ass here. I can't remember exactly what it was, but somehow they like could share it with like they could communicate with like other ones all over the world somehow.
I do understand how Kafka will get better.
I can't remember how it works, but like
a crazy fucking single
I remember him
but
telling me like something similar to this type of thing.
We have one 5-star ability damage
where
we don't have anything else. So I think Kafka's
like there's a
the best
belief
AD
that
would anybody
we all
and
like
you seem to be smiling on this. What's your opinion on Kafka?
Can like experience a little bit of like everyone else's experience. Like it's all like one big shared experience.
I think Kafka, in terms of AoE damage, she's not that insane, cause the multipliers. Okay.
Yeah, probably. I don't know where she got her information from. So there might be a YouTube video on that. Something about like the monkeys are like communicating. Like there's certain type of monkeys like communicating with like other monkeys of like the same type of monkey around the world. I don't know what the hell the explanation was. Don't quote me on it.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, because then we also don't have an erudition relic set, and we also don't have an agility relic set. So those will also. I mean, I think we need to buff the erudition.
That's crazy. I haven't unlocked that.
Really bad, like across the board. They need something.
I haven't not
almost
unlocked
every
that
erudition
yet.
character underperforms.
Guess I'll go unlock it.
That was Jing's Cone. Jing's Cone just needed to come out as a free-to-play option.
Is that really it? Is that
pull 10 Jing cones.
Jing's Cone. I'm so spewing I didn't pull for it for my QQ.
I think in opposition to what Mr. Pokey said, I think he's severely sleeping on Kafka's ability to amplify break effect dots. If you
she can definitely amplify break effect dots.
She shits on every damage in the game.
Have you seen Kafka do that yet, Pokey? Because I just did it today.
There's chest here as well.
If you pair her with like Sheng or even like Luca, and then you make a break with their physical.
Mental note: look up psychic monkeys for November podcast. Yeah, see, I got you. Content. Okay. You can thank me for that one.
Shut the fuck up, guys. That was not 1.7k for my whole ult. That was just a hit. It didn't even count the dotted. Shut the fuck up. It is the cool shit. Because it does so much damage. I don't know, man. It gets me excited to just think about it. But I'm obviously a Kuma. So I'm going to shut the fuck up. And if y'all have anything else to say about Kafka, go ahead. I'm going to go fish. Feel free to talk about what.
I'm not saying anything I'm saying is a factual, by the way. Like, it's
oh, man.
Does anyone else wish Kafka was a real human woman that you could have sex with?
The real question is, what do I do when I farm the whole overall? What do we do from there? There wasn't even a chest here. What a waste. What a waste of time. I literally just came to unlock this for one extra bomb.
He's gone. He's gone. He dropped it and left. He's out.
Oh my god, dude. That's fucking hilarious, man.
You
know what we need in real life? We need a Sword Art Online, bro, so we can go inside the games, bro, and really live that shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine how crazy that would be, bro? Sword Art Online in real life.
I never actually got Kafka. I like stopped playing the game around the time she released.
Dude,
come on, guys.
The camera shift on her technique, though. The camera shift on her technique.
Dude, I miss Blade and Kafka.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, man. I think about that.
Probably wasn't terrible.
Enemy that's not way to lightning. I'm still using Kafka.
I mean, Kafka looks good, but Blade.
Dude,
I think maybe if you max him
used Kafka
with all those Eidolons, he's like.
I used Kafka on a unit that was not weak to lightning or wind. It was just weak to fire. I used Asa, Sampo, Kafka. Like she still performs.
Yeah, I miss both those banners because I kind of just stopped playing at that point. There wasn't much to do in the game other than pull at that point. It was a bit of a content drought. And it just felt bad, like... Yeah. Well, you know what's...
I was doing that already last night.
Actually, true. I can't even make a dot team at the moment without her.
I got people to twerk for me as Kafka. It was sick.
Oh my
god. I feel like we surely we all agree that Kafka's an S tier unit, right?
Let's not forget though, all the fuckers out there who trying to say she's mid.
Yeah, holy fuck, what the fuck was going on with that?
Bro, I tell you, they do this every time. With every character. They said it with Blade. They did it with Blade before he came out. Yeah. Blade's mid. I'm like, oh my god.
It's like every character that's been good, people say they've been bad.
I don't
Every
have
character
like
they say
a
is bad
dot
has been
team at
good.
all.
It's like, what is going on? I mean, the amount of Kafka shit, all garbage, easy skip, over and over and over again, classic mid. Shut the fuck up, bro.
I've been told that this is people.
364K is pretty good.
People joke about the word copium, but I heard they do this to cope with the fact that they can't afford the character or get the character.
Okay.
You mean in this game where people are spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars for their anime waifus, they absolutely have buyer's remorse. They have addiction to this game. They have, dude, they're fucked. Like I'm telling you, you're telling me that they're not coping. It's like the guy pulling the slots at the casino. He's like, the next one's a win, or you know what? I lost today. I'll win tomorrow. Absolutely, it's coping.
Yeah.
The worst thing is.
She seems really good.
I'm gonna tell you
Like, I do kind of regret not getting her. Honestly, Blade as well, because apparently Blade, like, you can run her with this as like a sub DPS, so I just, yeah.
So when I say a character,
Oh,
shit talking my girlfriend, dude. I'm not sure. Did y'all see the tweet that Genshin put out the other day? So
I don't think.
Okay, so in case you guys don't know,
Maybe that's why freaking Yusu quit, because she can't run Kafka without running Shampoo.
No.
Oh shit.
Wait, you didn't hear this?
No.
Her
Real.
love of Shampoo.
No one's that fucking deranged. And if they are, then you know, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, I don't blame them. So this was for anybody who doesn't know, this was a really big issue, right? This was a really big issue. And so Genshin actually had to put out a tweet yesterday, and a lot of people say a lot of games disclose this in their openings, or a lot of movies say that this shit isn't real. No, they literally put out a public tweet because they had to address what was happening with Scaramouche over in Siena. If y'all haven't looked into it, look into it. It is disgusting. And they had to say, this game is not real. This is
I mean, when Blade would be nice is in like in the Simulate Disaster,
I've
right?
never seen a anime
Where I
game
could probably
make a
do
public
on
tweet
like the
about
last level of having
At
another
least for me. I've
DPS.
seen people put it in the opening spec. I've never seen people have to publicly.
Yeah, she
tweet
hates
it.
Shampoo.
Okay, question though.
I do
like,
remember that.
Okay, so I have no idea.
She was
So
not happy with
Scaramouche
Shampoo
had
at
a
all.
short where he became a cat, Scaramouche, and people really don't like Scaramouche. And so because he was a cat, they said, you know what? To show Holy War Company you don't like Scaramouche, so I'm gonna kill my cat.
Yeah, that's called like.
The thing is,
one day.
I think she hates Shampoo, but I think secretly she loves
My
Shampoo.
question is,
And that's why she hates
is,
Shampoo.
did
Because
they-
of her love for
did
Shampoo.
There was a Reddit
She
post
hates
and it
that
was
she
like,
loves
here's
it.
all the drama about
I have
Scaramouche.
the secret
and
feeling
I started
about
reading
that.
through it, and I was like, okay, like maybe some of this, but also is this just like a?
She's like,
fan
why do
thing?
I love this
Like, this
character?
guy's like, you got it, like in China, bro. Trust me on this one. There's all this crazy stuff happening. It's
Yeah.
crazy like a fan thing. Like the guy's like, and then they started
It's
painting themselves in the
100%.
same colors and sucking
It's
each other's
100%
dick.
the
Like,
truth,
it
though.
starts
I can
to
feel it in
No,
myself.
seriously, you start reading the Reddit post. It's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Oh, that's really
Yeah.
crazy. And it's like, did that fucking happen? Like, is there any proof of this that this happened?
Okay,
It
sometimes this character
it
just
starts
does
getting
like
deranged.
massive damage from
I
no damn
was
reason
told-
at all.
I'm not gonna look into it. I was told that there were photos of this sent by the person who did it. I don't want to see those personally. I've grown to believe what I've been told. This was not reported by me. This was reported by but I've grown to believe that anybody who makes a TikTok song about talking about how people should come to my house and set me on fire, and then that get 80,000 likes on TikTok and 3 million views, I don't doubt anything that this community is capable of. Forget it, nothing. But that's just
Like you can
I am.
preload this ulti to keep these stacks going.
Anyways, I don't know how we got
It's
there.
probably about as
You know,
mechanically
let's talk
intensive
about
as this
Nuloka.
game gets.
Let's talk about Nuloka,
Which is
aka
funny.
the best healer in the
It's
game.
like the hardest mechanic in the
By
game.
far. Not even close.
It's extending your stacks by mashing one.
Yep. The best ever. Strip.
Well, keeps you safe, but also lets you play aggro because you heal while attacking and being aggro. So it's like, just
Yep.
like, it's a win. It's a win-win-win-win-win. Yes, exactly. There's not a lot of, you don't have to waste a lot of skill points because it's on field for 2 turns. So people are cycling through full heals and then, yeah.
Now,
can I just say, MTash, I'm impressed, brother. I didn't know you was keeping up with Honkai like this, bro. Yeah, I thought you was playing Diablo. MTash was in these streets, and we did not know it, bro.
Well, it's because people really overestimate how, like, I mean, when you're as smart as
I could just literally order all this, but I feel like just in case someone joins and they want to see the character, like,
character needs to win.
like if they're thinking about, I don't know, E6ing her, I feel like I should at least like try play her properly, just in case.
I want to
just so people can kind of use it as like a reference and be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'm gonna call for her now.
These gacha games that I'm playing on my
she does.
Yeah.
What I wanted to do or whatever.
That was the conversation I wanted to have on the podcast.
Otherwise, I'd literally, if I wasn't streaming right now, I would literally just be clicking this button every single time. I would just be clicking that. I would not be doing this.
We're going to be doing a whole bunch more. We have another episode where I'm getting 4 of the voice actors have confirmed to come on for the podcast. We're going to be doing a voice actor episode very soon. That's cool. And then we're going to be doing even more like we did in the first episode, where we just talk about random shit and get things going. But I'm really enjoying it so far. But just a way to try to put more creators together. It is very hard to collaborate.
Yeah.
In this community for
You're doing an awesome job doing it.
Yeah, I'm trying. People have made it very hard, but I'm definitely trying, considering that I'm working. Let's talk about.
You know me,
here.
I think good.
The thing I want to about, surely we all agree that
it's
he's
my quirk.
But I just want to know, how does everybody feel about DPS LaRocha? Has anybody tried it?
No.
Mr. Pokey, what do you think?
Yes,
dude, I knew you thought. Okay.
But I do think you need some kind of idle investments with him.
Oh yeah,
his E1 gives attack. His E6 is all type rest.
Oh.
It's kind of huge.
Yeah, but you play like hella casually.
Right now, with the amount of HP I'm giving you, a single.
You're like super like casual this, right?
You could stack on crit.
So I mean, no, like super rush for you anyway.
That's really. I wouldn't say it's a traditional.
Is the issue if you're trying to do like DPS lucha, you're getting too much crit rate and crit damage, and then your attack is lower, so you're not healing enough, kind of thing?
It's more like if you're trying to build crit ratio, crit DPS lucha, you still have to make sure that your attack isn't like completely dog shit, because if not, then it's not gonna heal at all, right? So you kind of need you need attack, you need crit ratio, and you still need speed, and I guess some kind of like barriers to trigger your so it's a tall order to build.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's a lot of like good stats that unlock when they like you don't even have to level them to 80. Like for my Bronya, my thing. Did I do it
versus 5 targets was
for my Bronya, I ascended her, but I didn't level her to 80.
Completely unrealistic.
Because like supports don't need it, but because they're their final like talent, I guess, or their final trace, I can't remember what they call it.
I love them. I don't think it's realistic at all, but it's because you have an option.
The final one that they unlock is like so good on like most characters.
I think it's a lot of fun, man.
So yeah, when you hit 60, you'll unlock so much power automatically.
Other than that, I feel like we all agree. He strips, he dispels, he auto heals. He uses no skill points pretty much ever. He does it all. He takes nothing. He's fucking incredible. Oh my god, I love the Lord so goddamn much. Alright, let's talk about March 7th.
Oh, my Genshin account. Like, I'm trying not to log in because that new character came out. I kind of like it. I kind of like the look of the new character, the gauntlet guy.
And
I'm like, no,
and then keep Clara alive.
I've already done this
but
myself.
I invested in her.
I can't look at them right now.
But the issue is she also freezes. So it's like,
yeah, he just looks so cool. Like the other guy who did like the Kamehameha. Like I was like, man.
Comp as well.
Like I could see why people thought he was cool, but like
sure
it didn't really bother me. I like skipping it.
But
the new guy,
she seems like in the middle for me.
Okay. Anybody else have anything to say about March 7th?
Yeah, the gauntlet. He's like the only gauntlet user, right? That's so cool.
You didn't have biological part, you pretty much had to use and I guess
I did this wrong.
So as someone in that situation, I would just like to say that she really helped me with MOC. Like, so much. There's no way I could have figured out MOC without March 7. So Shout out to March.
Yeah. And
fantastic.
Right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely.
She's fantastic.
the funny part is the what do you call it? Yeah, he's Catalyst. And I have like a Catalyst I could give him that's like an R5 Catalyst. And that's like super tame to me. I'm like, wow, I could even like fully bold him right away.
That's the good thing. Like on my 4-star account, she was like, on the 4-star account, I had Natasha, and then like, it was March or Trailblazer. March could solo
But no,
tank,
no. I already got this character. I can't like.
with that, but I cleared 9, and March was.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not a millionaire, so
Mine
yeah,
shout
don't
everybody
wait.
out, and then also run a poll
You can cleanse, like,
to see
it's
what
pretty
chat
chunky
thinks
shields.
of her meta viability, and then tell me the results for each
Can
character.
she heal as well down the road? Like if you get Eidolon?
E6.
Which not everyone's gonna have. But,
Oh, yeah, fair.
and like she's not gonna die because you're scaling defense.
Honestly, I'll just get him
You're
on the
maxing
rerun.
defense, so it's
Whenever
like,
they rerun him,
yes, you
I'll
might
just
not have
grab
enough
him.
healing or whatever, but like she won't.
I need to do
die.
research.
I
Do you know how
reckon
many
I think
constellations he
effective rate
needs,
and
or
regeneration, but
Oh,
like,
so you were freezing them and you're spam freezing.
yeah.
is he one that needs like C6 to be any good, or is he like Raiden where he needs like C2
Really.
or something?
I'm not really using her at all. I only use her in CBT, so.
I haven't actually
think
done
she's fine.
research on him.
Okay.
I have no opinion.
I used to run the team comp of March 7th, Yang, Jing, Palo. And if Memory of Chaos had an ice beam, you can't lose that comp. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's
No, I'm
so
the same.
bad.
I'm the same. I
March 7th,
I just do my dailies
the
on
resources that you have to invest
Genshin.
into her is a classic.
Stand down.
I was running her with a 0.
Yeah, I'm the same as you.
You know, a +9.
I don't like
with
keep up to
defense,
date.
a plus like 6 chest piece with defense, and then
I just
plus
pretty much do my dailies, spend my resin every day,
works.
and
Because
that's
her
pretty much all I do in
shield
that
scale
game
is
now.
fucking ridiculous. And the only reason why you bring her there is because can't run, fucking pop you with the arrow, AoE, fucking pom bomb right to the sky.
Oh, damn.
Like, she's so
I actually don't
goddamn
have
good,
that champ.
requires No investment. I feel like she's incredibly
Uh-huh.
smart. And she has a cleanse, which is incredible. Like, I don't know.
True.
I think she's incredible.
I actually don't have any
I feel
danger
like she's
characters
a lot of fun.
either.
Also,
I have like not a single one.
I was a content creator.
So I was
would
kind of
do
just
full
waiting
damage.
for
Because
a
you don't-
danger
you don't
rerun
need- you don't
or
need to go
something.
No. Her shield will never be broken, ever. So I would go full damage and try that shit out. But that's just me. I don't know if her numbers are low, but I would like to see somebody do that and then tag me in the video for something. I feel like there's gotta be a way. But multipliers are shit. I mean, yeah, they probably are. But I
If
still
everything scaled off defense, that'd be cool. But
Yes.
she's got some defense and some attack. That's the critical.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Hold on, I got a comment
Hang on,
here.
I need
Big
to-
paragraph I'm gonna read here. Hey Teggy, I have Jingliu on and got him. No accident.
There
He
was
said went for his light
basically
cone and got it, but you guys talking about how
just
bad
here to
Jingliu
take
on
a
is
quick
and Copy is
picture.
better and it'll be more broken.
Mirror.
You tell me
Oh,
your
yeah,
opinion, and the
yeah.
other guy
I
was
think,
like, I want 5-star Don Hung.
Did you get that
Also,
free
hey, Teggy,
4-star
I have
one?
Jingliu on. Okay, no,
Can't remember her name. The chick with like
I'll give you your
PTSD for
advice.
some reason. I haven't got
You
that far in
Jingliu
the
on
story in
and
Samir.
You have to delete your account now.
But
Stick reroll for Kafka.
You have to restart everything. Sorry about it.
I just
Yep, sorry, man.
Yes, sir.
I can't play full star
Mark
characters in
7th,
that
I
game.
would put
My account
in
won't let
low
me.
A tier. Where would you all put him? Vulcan?
Except for Bennett and
It's like do you
Sang-
put her in the same
Shangli?
tier as Japad?
yeah.
Like
Way lower. Way lower.
Yeah, you get PTSD
you're
girl
saying
for free.
the same tier as Japad.
Yes, but
she's so
Shakespeare was
pathetic in the
lower,
story
because
as well.
Gepard is like big shield, right? But Marge is like big single shield, and then you break the shields with her AoE, and then you can cleanse, and then you can also shoot them a whole bunch. I feel
God
like
damn.
it's fine, but you tell me, you want to put her in B or what do you say?
I'd put your plates hard safe.
Okay.
Tied
what
up
do
to
you
work.
think, man?
Oh, dude, no.
Okay.
Literally one job.
Yeah.
Can't even do a combo in this game.
1,001 votes to
Um,
raise your
So I
spirit.
didn't get out of here, but the reason why I think she's a bit annoying to use, using her skill every round if you want those shields.
Yeah.
Crush them.
But then again, she brings her freeze, her survivability.
All will be revealed.
She has cleanse, and that on the shield is pretty insane.
In lunar flame.
I don't know why you guys are laughing. Is there something weird on the screen?
Yeah,
And it's like
I haven't finished Sumeru's story yet.
DPS numbers, and it's just a potato.
It's just-
floating
Look at
around.
the divine
Oh, man.
voice comes out of a potato, bro.
Like, I like Genshin's story,
Also,
but
DPS
holy
mark.
crap, the amount of
My
dialogue.
friend cheated it.
Like, it's just,
I wouldn't
like,
say
I don't
it's,
want to skip it.
I wouldn't say it's that great. but it can
Because, like,
work.
then what's even the
and
point
the
of
shield
playing the
numbers are
game
not
if you
actually
don't,
that low.
like, do the story? Considering it's pretty much just a story
Can you
game,
do me a
right?
favor?
DPS much.
But,
Can you just do like some shifty eyes like, over the side? Because whenever you do
like,
a
it
little
doesn't
side
feel
look,
so bad on
bad.
Star Rail for some reason. For Star Rail, I don't get that same feeling, like being trapped in the story.
Yo, why is there VTubers when there's too many potato tubers?
Oh, you're still in the Zoom? Oh, brother. You've got a long way to go.
Yo,
Oh my.
Taz, what do you think Marcel's doing?
I feel like they've just.
For like free to play.
I don't know, man.
Have a lot of
Like,
characters. I think she's like kind of like low A tier.
I'm not
just
like the
'cause
biggest story
she doesn't
gamer
bring
out there.
value. The better your account, she starts to
But-
move down. I think and gets replaced.
It does feel like.
Early game.
Okay, I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that statement. It does feel more digestible, the story in Star Rail.
Next up,
Like, I
let's
feel
do
like in
somebody
Genshin, they're
fun.
trying too hard. They're
Let's
trying
do
too
a
hard
wagon.
to
We
make
have
this
a
like
couple
super
more to
engaging
go.
story.
We probably do these a little
It's
bit
almost like they're
quicker.
trying to compete
I'm
with
gonna
like
ask you guys for any like jumping opinions that you want to
the
say.
Final
We don't have
Fantasy
them,
MMO for
or
some
we just,
reason.
we can get a rank going on.
I gotta fly in
Speedrun.
5 minutes, guys. I gotta go to work.
Yeah,
Okay,
we.
speedrun one.
I don't
minute per
know.
character.
I just
yeah,
don't
we
feel
will-
like the
we will
story's
zoom this
that
shit
good.
up For sure. All right, Natasha.
And
I feel like she's incredible.
If they want to
I'll
do
put her
that, they
top of
need to
it,
add in more
for sure.
cutscenes. They can't just
And
be
heal,
standing
AoE
there
heal,
talking to
cleanse,
each
I
other
think
every
she's actually pretty
time.
skill point efficient because I mean a lot of times I don't even need to use
Yeah.
her because her ult already takes care of it.
True,
I'll put,
Honkai did
Natasha
do a
pretty highly
bit,
up. Anybody have any opinions about Natasha?
I just couldn't do 3 voice
I would say
games.
it
It's
depends on
just
your
too expensive. Lol.
Cool. Yeah,
But
we already said
Honkai,
that.
if I could go back in
I
time,
will
I
say this,
probably
I'm going to
wouldn't
put her
have
above
invested in
Violet.
Genshin
Do we
and invested
disagree?
in Honkai.
I disagree, but I'm not.
Because I wasn't playing
disagreeing
gacha
enough
games
to
when
argue.
Honkai first came
Okay.
out.
There you
Okay, cool. All right. And she's easier to build than Violet. She takes less resources than a 5-star. And she has a cleanse. But you know what?
I think,
For the sake of chat, I'll put Natasha.
Yeah, legitimately, I think Genshin probably was the first like gacha game that I like took seriously, if that's a thing that people do.
We'll say that for later today. It's nuanced, but they're both great. I just like Natasha better. Payla, how we all feel? I feel like she's totally slept on. People think she's a lot more niche than she is. I think she's a lot more universal than people say. Reducing defense
Yeah.
40% is fucking ridiculous. What do you think about Payla?
AOE.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's insane. Like Silverwolf does a lot of.
No, I agree.
defense
I agree.
shred,
I don't know.
shred on a single target, but
Genshin Sword
AoE, 40%
does
is
feel stale
insane.
now.
And her energy, her talent.
Star Rail
And you
just.
don't even need a max.
Star Rail has such good cinematics, and they have so many, and I understand like it's a different game,
If you're using the free
but
Silverwolf
it is
icon.
really hard for me to lock in Genshin.
She goes like
with this
she's
game.
faster than Zila at that point.
And while I do think that combat does feel more satisfying in Genshin,
Okay, Tash?
Yeah, and
it's
value
not
has gone
enough
up
for
over
me to
time
justify
for
like
Memory of Chaos
preferring
and
that game over this one, funnily enough, because even though Genshin combat is good, I play Genshin for like the art style. Because other games, I mean, it's not like Genshin has the best gameplay in the world, you know what I mean? It just has better than Honkai. I mean, better than Star Rail. There's other games that have better gameplay,
So she doesn't even need to use it. And then you have she pretty much have like almost 100%.
or better combat, so yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll go around and save some time, and because this has been going
But
almost
the
2 hours,
characters
if
just
I'm
look
just 2
really
hours.
cool, and that's, I guess,
I'm
what
gonna
drew a
say
lot of people
she's
in the
high A
first
tier.
place.
What would y'all say?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I always put her somewhere near Pella. I mean, somewhere near Asta.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
like they're both.
Okay, let's talk about Xing Chue. Anybody got any crazy opinions? I have no idea.
E6
okay.
Xing Shui top of A tier if you ask me, bro.
I think even S at E6, she is insane.
No fucking idea.
Yeah.
Are we talking E0?
Oh, that's not
let's
so
talk
good.
about something real. Let's talk about something real.
I think it's just like the way they. It's funny because I feel like they spent like a lot of time
Yeah.
getting. They must have spent years and years and years like getting the first area like story perfect. And you gotta admit, the more the game goes, the more you're like, oh, it has fell off. But that's because they're having to make like, they're not putting in like 3 years into the new story every time, right? Because they obviously can't do that. But it is quite disappointing, like the longer you play the game, the worse it gets, because they have less and less time to like develop stuff. Yeah. But I will agree that what they did with the story was like on Star Rail and like the first like planet act was insane.
It's just that you need to be patient enough to grind out the RNG cards.
Yeah, and I feel like that's important for people to know that, like, if you
I feel like even non-like gacha players were like aware of Star Rail because of that.
So yeah, I think that's probably good.
I think the thing with her at E0, that like pre-E4, she's just very like average because people like she's not so RNG pre-E4 because
the Dan Hung transformation scene music
basic attack and then cheese it with
was
the ult
good,
to get another one because like,
but I
by the
definitely
time you
did
draw those cards
like
through
how
ulting
they
taking 2 turns, it's pretty consistent. It's not
I don't know.
bad.
I think it's
Once
just
you
because
get
I
that E4,
I like
it
rock
is,
music,
like,
so
it's
Wildfire I would
honestly
always
the funnest
prefer
thing in the game.
over the
It's like you
Dan
press
Hung
that
theme,
skill,
just
you're
because
like,
that's
"Come on."
naturally the
You don't
type
see
of
the
music I
icon,
enjoy
you
more.
flip it again, you flip it again, you flip
And I
it again,
like
you're
how they
"Fuck
like
yeah," and
synced
then
it up
just
with the
nukes
fight.
shit,
But
and
even
you
the
go
boss
again,
fight
you
had better
nuke the shit.
cutscenes,
It's
like how you had to like jump up
I
on
love
the
Kyuhyun. She's the
arm
best character in the game by far.
and like force you to die, you know, and then when you come back it like drops the bass on like the song and then like all links up, like just like the choreography of how the music matched the fight. Yeah, like
And like
the energy and like just the
and once you're E6,
it felt original as well somehow, even though it's not like the most original concept, but like
if you get that
it felt
follow-up, you're doing, like,
original.
over 100k damage.
It felt fresh in that regard, yeah. Whereas like the Dan Hunger one was kind of like oh yeah, I could play any other video game and I could like see this kind of thing.
Like, if you want to play, you can play her either way.
Yeah. Okay. So then where would y'all put her? At E4.
E4 high A.
Hey.
Holy shit. Okay, that's a shocker. All right, if you have any opinions that you feel like need to be said, feel free to just cut in and say whatever you need to say. Sampo, feel like he's probably high B if you have a Kafka, probably A tier.
Agreed.
E4 is like ridiculous.
Yeah, that was peak. That was actually peak.
He's good regardless.
That was peak Star Rail. And I think the rest of the story's been like riding on the coattails of how well they did that planet. Yeah. I think even Star Rail story is like kind of falling off a little bit, but I mean, it's still more. I still find it way more interesting than the Genshin story.
Alright, so
The
we want
Genshin
low
story
A
is
or high
just
B?
pain for me. I have to like super be in the mood for it,
If you don't have Kafka,
and that's why I'm so far behind.
Okay.
That's why I'm
next
like
up,
2
we have
cities
Zila,
behind.
Kappa S, because everybody knows she's broken already.
Concern yourself with
Yeah.
the outcome.
Yep.
I prefer Kafka over her.
I do want to allot 3 minutes to this. I think Zila's AoE is
Yeah,
not good.
I
don't
think
know
they've
why it's
invested
even
enough
considered S+. I don't
on
think
making
that
the
her
story
AoE
good
can
enough.
compare to Kafka's or Blaze
I think
at
you're
all.
exactly right on that. That they get they get to be a bit mid because of that. Like they bought themselves the right to be a bit mid later on by how strong the start was, and that people would still invest time into it because of how strong the start was.
Yeah, I just don't get how, like, okay, so Kafka's damage is about 5% lower according to Pridwin on single target damage, and then Zila's damage is 43%.
I've refreshed as much as I can refresh today, and I'm so depressed
I don't get that
because I just want 200 crit damage on this character.
and
I'm not gonna get it
target damage because
today.
you can't account like how do you
This battle is unavoidable.
because they're not accounting for the. I think it's in the info. They're not accounting for
Yeah.
procs. That's my biggest problem with a lot of that.
Yeah.
How do you even quantify that, bro? Like,
Yeah, you can't.
I think they've removed that for
And then I hear
Fontaine. I think you can go straight to Fontaine now, right? Like you don't have to do Samara to do Fontaine.
Do that in Memory of Chaos. Surely it works.
So I think they kind of learned their lesson there.
Who is one-shotting everything in Memory of Chaos?
What I didn't
Please
understand
don't.
is like
Like,
if you're a new player, right, and you just started playing the game, how the frick do you farm whoever's on the banner when you're stuck in like the first area?
A 2-boss encounter. Okay.
Like, how do you even farm the character you pull on? Because obviously you're gonna pull on the limited banner, right? You get this brand new character, and it's like, oh, I'm like region locked, so I can't even do anything. What kind of new player experience is that?
Yeah. Build her to complete trash, but
I don't know, it's pretty crazy.
We should do a showcase off, bro. Somebody was.
I don't know. I always wondered that because I don't know. I wasn't that like I don't know. I played when like first came out, so I was never really stuck in that camp. But I always just like wondered like what are people doing here?
I have some
Like,
D rank artifacts.
do they just like pull the character and then never touch it again and play the game with them?
My Zila is falling off a little bit, and like she can be insanely skill point hungry. And if you're trying to like buff her, like with Ting Yun as well, like between those two, it's like you better not need to heal. And so it's like if you are one banging them, it's not an issue. But if you're not one banging them and you're trying to support her, then like I think she does like start to really fall off a little bit. But in most situations, if you have a well-built one, S tier.
Yeah, for sure. But I just feel like I'm not worried about the situations where I'm one banging people. I'm worried about the situations.
I think I'm more surprised that somehow there are 3 people here.
Zila like excels at beating shit you can already beat really well. But for bosses, I mean, I just feel like she's very.
Why does it show 3? Does it count me as someone? Like, does it count me as the streamer?
I just don't think her
as a viewer, because it's showing 3.
Because objectively,
I don't even know how that works.
It's not as good as people think. Her cleave is fucking shit. She's still S.
I've had people.
Wait, I want to raise you guys a question over here, right?
Yeah.
Let's say like, because I've been thinking about this for quite a while, and we've had some chats. If you're an AoE character, let's say you're against, like, for example, MOC 10 right now, the first half, it's the 2 Decaying Shadows, is the like, super crack. If you're using an AoE character, you clear it in like 5 cycles, 6 cycles, so technically they're both still alive all until the 5th or the 6th cycle, because they're both alive. You're using AoE to clear both of them at the same time. But if you're using Silly, you can pretty much just give her all the buffs, and she's just focusing on this single target. So you're probably gonna farm the Decaying Shadow, maybe from like the 3rd cycle, and then kill the second one in the 6th cycle. So in this sense, your chances of failing, I would say, is a lot more a lot lesser, since you already got rid of one of the boss, right? And you only need to fight one boss remain. So that's why I think, and this also kind of ties back into why I think AoE is not that significant right now, because you clearing one monster first and then clearing the other one, you're taking less damage, right? There's only one guy left.
Yeah, I still don't know how any of this works.
Unit, you need to clear both of them. Like,
imagine we
Genshin. Let go of their, like, for example, the King Shadow.
In-game, the new base, play, then you'll announce the region, how screwed are they? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that works.
100%, that's very fair. My problem is
I think that wasn't that like a legitimate issue with Inazuma? That like people were starting the game pulling on like the Raiden Shogun banner, and then they literally couldn't even use it past level 20 until they like did all the story, but they had like nothing else to pull on. I'm guessing there would have been like another rerun banner at the time, and maybe that's why. Do you reckon that's why?
I will agree.
Because they're like forcing people to pull on both the limited and the rerun banner. It's like, yeah, you need to pull Hu Tao and Raiden right now.
Isn't as efficient, but yeah, it's just very hard to gauge Zila.
I guess that's one way of like making sure people spend money. It's like, oh, you pulled your Raiden in the first really 43 pulls.
Summon minions, and those
you have to pay for another 40 to get your Hu Tao now, so you can have a character to use.
For example, the guy that revives summons 2 minions. Svarog who summons his hand. Like, there's plenty of minions who like elite bosses or like enemies who summon stuff, and like that's where she actually shines in like. Yes, AoE you could call it.
I think I've cleared this.
It's like the best part because you can trigger her resurgence.
Yeah, no, I guess that's fair. No, 100%. All right, so I'm gonna put her in the top of S. Surely we all agree with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, next up we have Serval. High A, low B, or a little bit low A, high B.
Yeah. I haven't spent any time with her, to be
cool.
fair.
Higher or lower than Jingyuan at E4?
Definitely lower than Jingyuan. Not even a question.
Yeah, lower than Jing.
Are we
Antash
sure,
watched a
guys?
video once though. I don't know. Antash,
Yeah.
input.
I don't fucking know. Yeah, no,
Dude,
Jingliu's better than her. Sorry.
Raiden's such a good character.
I'll
I
put
still use
just
that character.
my own little bit,
I
just
do
to be
use her
right
as like a
behind
sub
you,
DPS, but
alright, so the
she's
Wolf.
like so busted. Sometimes when you
if
pop her
not the best
ulti
in
and you're
the
like,
whole
wow,
game.
this character's like,
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
Kinda just
What we talked
broken.
about, guys. She does it all.
I still
She removes
feel like
the
she's like
strategy from a
probably
turn-based
one of the
strategy
strongest
game.
characters
She's
in the
pretty
game
much
for
cheat
like,
codes. If you
you
pull
only
one,
need
it's
like
because you're
idle
dumb.
on
You
2,
can't play the game the right
and she's
way.
just like completely broken, completely busted.
I'll go to the next one,
And that's pretty good for, I think she was like the first character, right, that was like that. I guess outside of
think Sushang- I
Town,
think
who you
Sushang's
technically need
I need
E1
one more
or
Eidolon for
C1.
E6, and then I want to full commit to her just to see. But she got like break effect.
Yeah,
speed,
you don't
she's
need
kinda
like
little mini
C6 to
Zila,
like,
or Zila,
you
who's
know,
physical. She's cool.
have her be like mega OP.
That you can't go wrong building up because she's actually supportive DPS.
always a
So you
weakness.
can't go wrong even building her up. Like you
Lend me
mentioned,
strength.
building a 4-star DPS.
Tedious.
Right.
My better. She just supports whoever the hell your main DPS is as long as the shields are broken.
Her combos are also nasty. Like the E alt E is fucking nasty.
Dirty.
I love my Sushang so much. Yo, Poke, you have anything to say about Sushang?
I think you really, for the most part, you ideally want to use her in an enemy that has physical weakness. Because
Yep.
while it is true that you can bring her against enemies as long as they're broken, right? Like what God just mentioned, is if they're broken, she can has additional sword stuns, all that kind of stuff. But the multiplier
What the
for that
hell?
is like really, really low compared to her actually breaking the target. So
Yeah.
I would only bring her against enemies with physical weakness. So a little bit niche in my opinion.
Okay, no, I think that's 100% fair. Where would you rate her, Poke?
Danger.
I would just say
Oh, sorry, I was kind of like
Be high B or
looking
low
at different
So I'm thinking
settings.
high
I was just kind of talking to myself.
B?
Nahida.
Sure, that's fine. Yo,
Yeah.
go
I
ahead.
want
What do you
Nahida.
think about
I'm
Sushang?
so dumb for skipping her.
So I'm unsubbing from Poke just from that comment.
Okay.
I think Sushang is amazing. I think she's.
I don't know
ace
why. I don't
she
think
can
she's
give
had a
herself attack
rerun as
percent,
well.
damage
I've literally
percent,
skipped her
speed.
twice.
Her E1 is like one of the best E1s for
Just
4-star
gotta go like
DVD best.
in and out of phases of
I
playing
think
like
E1 is
gacha games. So
necessary.
it would just
you
been
can
like
do her
during
as a
like
sub
one of my
DPS,
phases
and
twice.
If your main character breaks the
I'm not
enemy,
playing
she
Genshin
doesn't use
and I
skill points,
completely
and she
regret it.
sort
That
of-
character just unlocked so
big
many
damage.
different teams.
I think she's an ace.
Does she
That
add
not
in,
having
like,
her
does she
just
get
feels
a
like you're
refund on
not
the
even
skill
playing
that she
Genshin a
uses
little
to
bit.
ride the enemy? I thought I tested that next
No,
Not that.
Poke, that will be the top comment on the next video.
Also, I kind of really want to use my
Straight up
kishing
listen
or
to
Get him,
kicking or whatever.
Guava, get him.
Yeah.
You need Nahida to kind of make her a real character
But
again.
yeah, so I think let's do what high B low A. I feel like that's very fair from how we feel on this call. Yeah.
I don't know if people know this either. Her E4 pretty much enables her to max out the break effect, physical bleed effect, with 10% more put into her.
What should miss him yet?
Yep.
60.
That's it. Ting Yun.
Oh,
S tier?
so sad. I can't
S.
even refresh
Yep.
my
S tier, but
stamina.
behind Bronya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The best 4-star buffer for sure.
Yeah, where are
She
we up
does
to
it all.
here?
Extra lightning damage.
We're at
More
main
damage,
commission.
more energy. Enables so many fucking characters to do things that they can only dream of. She is absolutely incredible. Physical MC, I'm gonna put in D tier.
Let's do a
unless we
roll here.
disagree.
Maybe I'm lucky.
Don't know, never built.
Maybe I'll get
Will
streamed a
never
lot.
I
build.
think the investment's
Now that
worth
I'm
it, even if
officially,
it was
uh,
decent when you've got the other physical
half a
options. And it's
streamer.
like investing in that character is a lost character if you want to use one of the other parts.
Yeah, I feel like just using fire is just better. I don't know a single person who actually uses physical MC. I'm gonna be completely real. So yeah, we'll slap fire MC. Okay, physical MC in D tier, fire MC probably in like what A tier, below Gepard.
I would say B, just cause her
Yeah,
shield
I'll be.
is so thin.
Yeah.
Like her shield is basically like no range at all. Right? The only defensive thing she does is if you use a taunt, right? If you do a taunt, then she directs the enemy. Especially if you're against Monkey, right? If Monkey's gonna hit you and you use taunt, I think that's
nice.
really good. But other than that, yeah, but the shield is just so thin that I don't really like her. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we're all in agreement with that? Okay, I love this shield. If y'all disagree, I'm totally good with my ego aside.
Oh, time's
This
one
same
out.
concept
Oh.
as Mark 7. Really good
What the
character,
hell?
just
Yeah.
Other better character.
I just realized I did that.
Okay, yeah, I'm a big fan. I would have put her in A, but that's totally okay with my ego aside. I'll put her in B tier. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Welt, I have
I do
idea.
want
I'm
her.
assuming A tier. We have
All will be revealed.
this character, and then
I'm
we
kind of mad
have,
I didn't get her.
Okay, so we have Welt, Yang, Shang, and Luca to go through, and then we're done. done. So we have 4 characters left. Where would we put him? I have no idea. I will stay out of this.
I think
well,
Nowhere to run.
Yeah, he's just very good. I've been using it for so long. Like, I think at the start, a lot of people misunderstood
All
the kid,
will be
where like,
revealed.
oh, his ability is a debuffer, he needs to have high speed, and we PvP him. But in reality,
Yeah, she does. She's one of those characters that just changes the game.
damaging E-skill.
Like, you know what she's like? She's like Bronya in Star Rail.
And then his ultimate
That's probably like the best thing, right? Is I feel like Nahida, or however you say her name, is literally the Bronya of Star Rail. And the fact that you can play the game without Bronya. But once you have Bronya,
That's okay. We love
you
bias,
like
that's why we have everybody else to
the
bring us
game
down
is
to
just better.
reality. I had to put my ego
Or
aside
like
so you can put
Fushuan,
your ego
right?
aside.
Fushuan's actually similar as well. Like both these characters are kind of like that. Like you can play the game without them and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But once you have them, you unlock like so. It's like playing a different
he's
game.
Incredible. And his eidolons are disgusting. But at E0, he's really good. Main DPS, he shits on enemies. The only problem is multiple
Please be
enemies.
good.
Like the bounce can kind of screw you over, but I think he's really great. And he has like
If
one
this
of the
gets crit
coolest
damage,
mechanics where he like stops enemies from actually doing annoying shit.
Okay.
if this gets
So
crit
I'd say
damage, it's
low
okay.
S.
Okay. God just
And rolls all into crit damage.
Low S as well.
I need crit damage, please. Please. Oh. This could be good.
Crazy things ever, bro. Because imprisonment not only
I'm going
slows
broke
your,
on these fucking
action
relics, I
value,
swear.
so then he additionally slows your speed,
Okay.
which is like a double whammy to you not being able to go. Then he has an exposure.
What's my
debuff
worst
on
one?
his ult, which
Is my
increases
helmet worse? I think my
every
helmet
fucking
is
bit of
trash,
damage
right?
in
Oh,
multiple
it's
different ways.
16.
So it's like he
It
does that
rolled
while
so
still
much in
being able to
defense. It's
DPS
actually
with the
so
DPS.
depressing.
It's like this dude is dirty.
So what's the right build on Welt then?
And
I
think my gloves are actually like,
but you have to build in effect
yeah, the gloves are so good. Like all of this is like relevant stats.
Oh, not to mention his technique is literally
Yeah,
the most cracked
I
technique
just
in the
need-
entire game. It
I
puts
need crit
imprisonment
damage
on
so
every
bad.
single cycle of enemies.
Oh,
Every
it's,
single
it's
cycle.
insane.
Oh,
Yeah,
you should have
it's not
seen
even-
from, I literally
So,
had,
they're just like crippled.
I had like the perfect piece that dropped.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It was like
Bro.
crit and crit damage, right?
Control resistance.
On the helm.
Okay.
Well, actually, on this point,
And I rolled it straight to 15, and not a
He's just
single
talking
stat
about
point
his
went
speed
into crit
Actually, you
damage.
don't really need
I was so depressed. I literally just re-rolled that piece straight away. Wait, where's the hell?
Is that one additional time?
Am I
So,
blind? Oh, it's here.
Wait, did I say
even
break
with like
God, I'm so dumb.
I don't know.
Hooray!
I
Defense,
think
okay.
Pokey died. Well, yeah, Pokey, you there or no?
I'm still gonna roll this.
Yes, that meant-
Maybe
that
it'll be a
meant
god
effect
roll.
if I did. I didn't mean break effect.
Okay. I think we're all in agreement that
What can I get rid of?
Slap him up there. We can bang the rest of the shit out.
I can get rid of
Yang
this.
Jing,
I'm never gonna
I
use
think,
attack
is
boots
S-tier.
at this rate.
I
I think
he's
speed
incredible.
boost
I
is
think he's
too
one of
strong
the
in this
best players
character.
in the game. He's incredibly easy to build because he has
And
built-in crit rate,
this
crit
roll
damage,
bad
and his
anyway.
kit.
It's only like
You need,
one
like,
crit rate roll, and then like 16
22%
defense.
crit rate, and then you just
Okay.
max out crit damage.
Do I even
For
have
all those pesky pieces that only rolled crit damage on your artifact set, I feel like he's incredible. He
Oh.
might need a shielder. You might have to get a little bit lucky for him not to get hit, but
Maybe.
his skill ceiling is really
Hold on
high,
to that.
and he hits like a fucking truck. I love Yang Jing so much. Do we disagree with him being S tier? It's okay. If
Wait.
you do.
I think.
Wait,
Okay.
wait, no.
Seems really cool. I just got him, and I'm building him right now, and seems cool.
No.
I really liked him at the start of my account when I pulled him because it was like I had no relics, so I just slapped crit damage on, ignore the rest. Just when he gets
you
his
know what?
guaranteed crits, like yes.
Am I even
like,
gonna
and he was
use
really good for that phase, and when I needed the freezing.
Beige ever?
But now I'm just like I wish.
I'm gonna delete these and watch the next character be like a.
In there. If you look at the
Is there a
rest of the
one
DPS
character
in
that's
S2,
coming
I
up?
don't think he's up
A
there
one
with them.
DPS? I'm not
Is
gonna
my thing.
use one DPS.
And I
think
feel
that's
like
fair.
Clara compared to Yang Qing,
Okay.
I'm like I don't know if I'd put him above Clara.
We're gonna pray.
Okay. No, that's a fair point. That's a very fair point. I'm very
So,
biased
all
towards
of it
Yang
going
Jing,
to this,
so I
right?
have y'all here because y'all are more knowledgeable.
Like it's literally just gonna all roll into.
in the ice niche though. He's
It's
on
all
ice.
gonna roll into
Like,
crit
he's
damage,
not-
right?
Nobody's touching him in that ice. If
Like
there's
none of
weak
it's gonna go
ice,
into
Yang
defense
Qing
and
is out
and
DPS.
HP, right?
It's dirty. But his
Yeah.
biggest weakness is lack of
Like
AoE,
surely,
I will say.
surely it
Anytime
just
I
all
ever
rolls
use
into
him
crit
in a
damage
scenario where
on
there's
like
four
max
people on the
rolls.
field,
Right.
I'm like struggling hardcore.
Please.
I also just really
I've
like
been so unlucky with these.
opening doors with
Like,
elements.
surely
so, like,
I have to
a
get
lot of
lucky
good
eventually,
ice.
right?
I could use Pela, but
Oh.
I just want to have a DPS of every type. So I think he's
I'm
probably
not
worth
gonna look.
building and investing in at some point. I don't know if you rush to it, but like he's definitely like a priority for me right now because I just don't have a lot of ice coverage. So
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
on
I
the,
don't
easy to
think
build.
that's good.
Shit, guys, I gotta go, man.
I mean, I could do
Hey,
with some.
got
I
you back.
love being here,
I
man.
don't know how I feel
Yeah,
about
man.
that.
Give me
So
time,
what? It
guys.
rolled
Infinite
twice
pleasure.
into
Over
crit
to
damage,
everybody, and if,
and then
Pokey
1,
comes
2.
back, tell him I said much love, man. Y'all take care.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you're awesome, man. See you
Sure you
soon.
do.
See you, dude.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Well, we only have 2 characters left. We will
16
slap Yang Zhen
crit
to the top of
damage
A
and-
behind Gepard. And let's talk about Yukon.
It's exactly the same.
Oh,
wait.
Does anybody have any
Yeah,
crazy
HP,
stats or
attack.
theories on Yukon?
This has
We only have
got
2 characters
slightly
left.
more attack. Effect
I
hit
just find
rate.
her clunky. I just feel like
Honestly,
it's
I
too much
might put
effort
this on
for
just
me
for the
to try and
HP.
Sink her into a team
I
for me to be
don't know.
bothered.
I
just
no, I
think she
don't
goes
think. I
below
think it's the
rest of
exact same amount of
4-star
crit I
supports.
had
I don't care where.
Okay.
on the other one.
That's fair. MTash, you have any
See,
experience
this
with
is
Yukon?
also 16.8.
not a lot.
And this is
I don't have the
16.8.
resources to build her.
But it has,
I've
like,
heard though that like skill point intensive and
0.4
like,
more
just, like,
attack.
doesn't
And I don't think I
flow
care
nicely, like
about
with her buffs. It doesn't
the
feel
effect
like
hit rate,
it's
right?
like,
So I can just put this on
you need things to line up properly
get
with
some
her,
bulk
apparently, but I don't know.
with the HP,
Yeah,
I
Are you
guess.
still here? Do you have any experience with Yukon?
Because that puts her up to
wanted
4k
to make a
HP.
video about her, so I built her like to level 80. Like,
I mean,
fully
this-
built her. I got so frustrated.
I mean,
with
I'm
her,
gonna
so I
replace this
decided not to
piece
even make a
regardless.
video
This
about
piece
it.
is trash. So yeah, no, I mean the piece is gonna go.
What?
Really?
Oh,
But-
no, bro.
It brings her up to
literally
4k
just thought,
HP?
like, I'm probably gonna get like
Yeah.
something wrong because
I
just don't
mean,
understand how
she doesn't
works.
get one shot.
Like
I
she's so
guess.
clunky, at least in my opinion, and you have to like manipulate the speed. I know there's like an argument
Hmm.
where you don't have to manipulate the speed, but in my
I
opinion,
mean, I
like,
guess.
the risk reward ratio is like
I don't know how
just-
good
it
that
just
is.
doesn't make
So.
sense. And I'm looking at her Eidolons. I think
Oh,
that,
what it
like,
does mean is Pele
kind of
gets an
Eidolon, I
upgrade.
think she becomes like,
I think.
a bit better. I'm guessing, but
What's she got in her
I have her
headset?
at E1. I'm not even pulling like for E6 characters, like 4 stars. In my opinion, like she doesn't even come close to Tingyun or Bronny. Like,
Oh,
in
effect
terms
hit
of,
rate
like,
with
buffing.
Pele. That's actually an upgrade.
Can like set it up nicely, I think, right now with Kafka, because as far as I'm aware, I think her attack
The
button still
5%
works
crit
with the
rate.
damage, even if the character, like,
143% crit damage, Pele.
So that's a nice thing about her.
What the
I don't
fuck?
I just-
When she crits, she'll crit. Decently. But she'll never crit.
Where did Gacha start
She'll
from?
never crit.
Sorry, man. I never.
5, 143. How do you like my crit ratio there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tilted.
You're gonna get a few.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just gave her. I was just trying to get her speed up.
Yeah. Oh.
I need
oh,
like
my
speed
bad,
tuner to
I
be
gotta drop him a demon.
faster.
Okay, what? Yukon?
She had to be 141 at least,
I
right?
think
Because you want her to go before Jingliu.
She's not as versatile compared to like Asta, Tingyun, bring all this kind of stuff. Because she
I
does need
just-
some kind of speed tuning, and if you don't have her E6, it can be quite difficult to use because you can only
I don't know,
get
man.
the buff up when
I don't know how
you
much,
know,
like,
speed
how
tuner.
you'll
So,
fit in
yeah, a
her
little bit-
skill points.
a
To be
little bit
honest,
rigid,
like,
but when you do
Why does it
manage to
keep
get
telling
her
me to
going
go
from
here?
the
What have
buff
I
she provides,
missed?
it's like 30% crit rate, 80% attack, and like what 60 plus damage, crit damage, which is kind of insane. If
Yeah.
you manage to get it though. So
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get it at work,
Oh, did I
heard
do
it's
something?
really hard to get work.
oh, thank you.
Whereas like Tingyun, it's kind of just like you give her attack percent, and then there you go. You're done. And then Bronny is just like crit
When
damage.
did I do that? Was that yesterday? I don't even remember doing that.
Yeah, Guaba, any opinions?
Yeah, as Perk was saying, her like buffing capabilities are insane, but having if you constantly reset them maybe, but it feels like too much effort, like just slapping you.
Do I stream longer than
For-
2
for
hours?
Me, and this is what I'll say, and then we'll ask.
How much
y'all
do I
if you
need to
really
stream
have
for?
and I
To
appreciate
get
you
my
guys staying this long.
achievements?
Is I think she's very good. She's a little bit harder to build. I do think, due to her being so much more difficult to build, I do think she is worse than Tingy and Brunya and shit. Even Asta.
Hang on, let me check out
I
what I
think
need
she's
to.
probably the worst Harmony. She's still good, but that's where I would put her.
You need
guys-
to build.
How long
You
do I
need to
even
build
need
her
to do
right, but you
this?
also need the speeds of everyone else to line up properly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's dependent on them getting turns, but also her getting her other turns. So it's like you need to like speed tune everyone. So the further you get into Honkai, the better chances you could build her. Is my
Yeah, that makes sense, man. What do you think, Vulcan?
I don't farm the overworld anymore.
I can't
Do you
believe I
guys do it,
freaking
and do you
I
use
banned
Yukon
the
for
random
speaking?
friggin'
Or was that just pure code?
chat
No, I'm not using that.
Yeah,
bot
I do.
in my
I actually do. Yeah.
stream
It's
by
actually
mistake.
more faster, yeah.
That commander route that's
Yeah,
like
but
in
also
every
fuck
single
that.
one. I think that's like a Twitch thing, right? It's
Ju-
probably like a
just use
Twitch
Captain
bot
Planet.
that like
True.
scouts
100%.
channels.
So
I
I
think.
think Yukong will probably go A tier.
Accidentally
behind
banned
Asuka.
it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'd put her in B tier.
I'd put her in B too.
You'd put her in B? Pokey,
Yeah.
where would you
Yeah.
put her?
Between B and A.
All right, B.
So,
Okay, high B
yeah.
it is. Easy peasy. All right. Last character of the day. Who the fuck here has tried out Luca?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I did in the new event, and he was just punching shit. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm building
Congratulations,
him right now,
your
but I
stream
think,
had a
his bleed
record
damage
of
isn't looking that
3
great, at least to
average
me. I'm not sure if
viewers.
I'm wrong here, but like I was trying him with
and 1 unique
Kafka.
chatter.
Like it's fine. Like the biggest selling point about him is that he can equip it on Pearls of Sweat
And
give him the
11
and
live
reduce the enemy's defense
viewers.
by 40%. To me, that's the biggest selling point. And obviously, you can still trigger the bleed.
Look at me
but,
go.
but he's like he's fine.
I
Definitely
think,
not as insane as Sampo.
for sure. I mean, I know he's skill point efficient, which is very nice because he auto attacks a lot. And
Yeah, I should at least have 2 hours.
He's probably just.
I think
you know,
that's like
I think
a
it's pretty safe to assume that he's a little bit worse than
a
Sampo.
good
and
amount
pretty
of
much made
time,
viable by
right?
Kafka. Is that fair? Everybody say?
Yeah, right. And he has buff removal as
Sacrifice
well. That's pretty
16 more minutes. Ugh.
Pokey, anything you want to say? Guoba?
He pairs really, really well with Kafka though, because
He does.
the physical bleed is the best in
Damn.
terms of DOT, so that's that. And the ultimate is increased damage taken from all sources, so that includes Kafka's DOT, includes her initial attack, all the kind
What
of
should I
stuff.
do?
And yeah, he's just a really, really good toughness bar.
Yeah.
I think
What should I
it's
do
probably
for
much better
15
with-
minutes?
I think it's fair to say
should I log into
that
Genshin?
more testing is needed for Luca for sure. A lot of people were
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
to
yeah.
test.
Honestly, I
Kafka
should have
because he's
streamed
5
on
star.
reset,
Luke
but
is still
reset's in
kind
like
of,
2 hours,
you know,
and
a
that's like
mystery for a
kind
lot
of getting
people,
close to my
and,
bedtime.
We don't want anybody in chat thinking.
I guess I
like,
could
we
swap the
tested Luca
Genshin.
at length. Yeah, there just hasn't been that much research on him. We'll probably wait till the next two to actually have a better gauge on him. Unless you want to say something, Tash.
Danger.
Physical DOT is the only thing that scales
How
with
do I?
enemy HP percentage,
If
correct?
we do this now,
Yeah.
So the further you get into the game and like the more HP a boss has, the more value he gets.
I
And so,
haven't really prepared for what would happen if I switched games. Yeah.